And we are live.
Let's go. Episode 10, the much anticipated double digits for the Degen report. Thank you guys for tuning in once again for another week. Like I always say, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today we have great guests as always. We are joined by both Hecka and Hemi. You probably noticed them from the Wildcards crew all over Twitter. So I am going to be brief and I am going to turn it over to them, let them introduce themselves, what they do in the CNFT space, how they got here. So I'll go Hecka first, and then after Hecka we'll do Hemi.
I'm just a trader and full-time Degen in the NFT space, and that's about it.
Let's fucking go.
I was just like a fry cook until like 3 years ago, and then I quit and started trading NFTs. So that's how I got here. Met everybody through Ada Punks and joined the Wildcards, and the rest was history.
Nice,
man.
So you do this full time?
Yeah, currently I have other projects and stuff I work on. I've been into creative writing for a long time, and I want to do kind of some more serious writing about the crypto space too. So I've been exploring into that. So I'm not just sitting on my ass, but yeah.
Cool.
I have the luxury of free time, and I try to put it to good use.
Cool. And Hemi?
Nice. Well, my journey, I don't know if I could do the elevator pitch like Hecka, but
yeah, he was really brief, very concise.
I know, precise, exactly. No, mine is I've been in the crypto space for probably since 2017. I think 2018, somewhere around there. I was like basic like crypto. I didn't get into NFTs or anything back then, but and then basic just Bitcoin, Ethereum. Invested in those, and then pretty much stashed it, and came back last year when stuff started popping off, and started trying to look into the NFT space. I was one of those guys that missed out on Bored Apes and all that stuff. I wasn't going to pay 2K for all that stuff at the time.
2K,
and then
2K for a Bored Ape. Damn.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, kicking myself now, but it's all good. I mean, I wasn't sure, so I've been in the stock market for quite a few years. So for me, like I have to like kind of assess like the risk, and so for me at the time, I didn't know enough to be able to do it. So I guess I'm not a full Degen at sometimes, but risk management's my thing. But nonetheless, I got. I got into I started looking at other NFTs aside from Ethereum, and then I came across a Cardano. I liked Cardano as a crypto, so I was like, well, shit, I might as well invest in here on NFTs. So I think the first NFT I was actually looking at was Degen Crypto Club was the first one I was going to mint. I was all like prepared and stuff to mint it, and then I ran across some like pop comic NFT or some shit like that, and I was like, sure, let me mint my first NFT, and that's I minted that. They rugged anyway, so it doesn't matter who they were, but
damn, on the first one,
I got my first taste.
My first was a rug as well.
I mean, I like the art, but it was just it is what it is.
You guys ended up getting into NFTs before Big T and I did, and I thought more so back then these were more safe. But do you see these like super early Cardano NFTs being more dangerous or less dangerous?
For me, at this point, the ones that have survived, I see as less dangerous. I mean, but they have to be established. I mean, it was so risky back in the day, but I think now, if they're still in the space, they have a huge advantage at this point, just capital wise. So there's been a lot of volume, a lot of royalties for each project too. So
there's been a ton,
and just brand loyalty and recognition. I think, it's Bored Apes on Ethereum. Being first is a huge deal. So
then kind of going back to Bored Apes, then there's the Calais collab, which kind of goes down from being in the Calais to being in every other Cardano NFT project. So we're kind of seeing that, but nobody wants to buy this super small mint that could turn into the next chilled Kongs. Because looking back, that's what chilled Kongs did. So
yeah, but back then too, like everything was just like everything sold out. You know, or a lot of things did. Like not right now. There's just not enough. Like there's not enough like liquidity in the market. Yeah, everyone's like scared.
Yeah,
for sure.
And every project pretty much had a floor above mint. If your project launched and it went below mint, it was like, whoa.
Yeah. Like I joined the CNFT space in like December, and it was like everything was just golden and roses, and everyone was happy on Twitter. And I feel like I caught like the high end of the high, and now it's just like it's been downhill ever since December. It's been just like fucked the whole way down. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's been crazy to live through.
Yeah. I mean, but there's like some diamonds too. Like I mean, Hemi's PFP is a tang, and like that shit. You know, they minted for what 30 something. And you know they've like been sustaining like a really good floor price, like a really good like community. Yep. So I mean, there's some diamonds, but yeah, definitely like not like everything, you know, just going up. Like it's kind of like a diamond in the rough.
But
yeah, I still believe in my tangs for sure. I know Hecka's got quite a few.
Yeah, dude, your PFP is probably like one of my. It's probably one of my favorite. Like I don't know, PFP. Like the PFP is just so clean. Hemi.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was nice to kind of do like a little mini collab.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the Where's Waldo wild tangs from the special? It was like a special little click on. You had to find the wild tangs on the website. It was pretty fun.
No, I've been like I need to
just cute.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I don't know. The spaces move so fast. I didn't even know tanks was minting until like they had been minting for like all day, and then somebody in a different Discord like said he had just minted like 20 and like they were pretty cool. So I looked at what he got and I was like, these are cool. So I minted a couple. I minted like 2, just because like he was minting them and then they ended up selling out and like doing really well. So it's cool.
Big T knows this, but I do my best not to mint things because I've been burned one too many times where now I've got that like childhood like trauma that holds me back from literally doing any mints, and then also because of how busy I am, I feel it's like super hard to keep up even in our tiny community. But like I remember I almost minted mallards, ended up not minting mallards. Then it went up to fucking 700. So I'm like, fuck. Then tangs I kept on being like, oh, I'll mint something. Then as I'm going to mint it, it's like, we have sold out. So I'm like, nope, not meant to be. But most of my buying is off of secondary. But something Big T didn't tell everybody is that because it's the 10th episode and also the episode before CNFT Con, this will in fact be a party episode. So there may be some alcohol. There may be some White Claws if you are Big T.
I'm a White Claws
party animal.
I'm a fiend.
White Claws.
It's probably like the worst hangover. It's probably like the worst hangover possible, but I like torment myself apparently.
See, to me, that type of bubbly alcohol is the worst. Because I'll be drinking it and I'll be like, damn, I feel like shit. Then I'll just keep on drinking it. Then I'll wake up in the morning like shitting my bed, fucking hungover out of my mind. Because it's like drinking 7 Cokes in a row, where it's like there's too many goddamn bubbles. But kind of going back to that, next week will in fact be CNFT Con, so I know that both I, Hecka, and I think Hemi is going. So we've got a couple questions that kind of fall into what may happen at CNFT Con.
Okay.
Anything and
Facts.
everything will happen, bro.
That'll get pretty interesting.
Yeah, so the first one we got is, who do you think will get the most drunk at CNFT Con? Not in a whole, but out of like the wild cards crowd that's going, because you guys are all like really close. So I feel like you know each other pretty well. So who do you think is going to get the most fucked up at CNFT Con?
What do you think, Aga? I'd probably almost go with Big K. I think Big K and his Kahuna challenge gonna bring it.
I think Big Kahuna is definitely a top contender. He always goes pretty hard. Babu says he doesn't drink, but he will party hard too. So
I think he's like a
he might give him
sleeper.
a run for his money,
Yeah,
He's like the sleeper pick.
because he'll.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I've never seen Stevie party. I don't know how hard he goes. So
I feel like anybody from like the northeast region of the United
see.
States can like drink like a sailor.
He's got it from Boston.
Yeah, it's just something in me. Like one
Just
of
gotta
my
be able to
best
put him
friend.
down.
My best friend from college is, he was like born and raised in Boston, and literally any sporting event that ever came on, whether like football, hockey, like women's lacrosse, it doesn't matter. He'd be like, hey, you want to come watch the game? I'd be like, sure. And he'd get like a 24 rack and be just like, just have the rack sitting next to the couch, like not even in the fridge. And he would just fucking go to town.
Good.
So that's like my one exposure to people from Boston. So that's what I'm running off.
Yeah, I'm from Buffalo, and up here there's a lot. It's just a drinking city. You know,
Yeah. But half the year it's like under snow. So what are you gonna do?
We got Dingus Day Parade and Irish Parade. And all that shit.
Yeah.
Reasons
For
to
sure.
drink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's from the Northeast. It's cold. Like, you just drink because, like, what are you going to do? Go outside? It's fucking freezing.
Any holiday that involves drinking, we celebrate it here.
That's right.
Pretty much.
So, because I'm not a wild card, I'm just gonna do the entire convention, and something tells me that Fairy Godmother is going to go fucking insane, and
Facts.
she is a very crazy, even without drugs, without alcohol. So then when you give her maybe a couple shots and maybe a couple beers, then you take her to all of these bars and clubs.
You're going clubbing with Fairy Godmother?
Yes.
It's gonna be a blast. That's what that means.
We are going clubbing with Fairy Godmother, and she is going to she is going to either take over the entire club, or she will get kicked out so fast. But then she'll find a way to not get kicked out and get invited back in. So something tells me maybe her. Then we also had CNFT connoisseur during our second episode, where he told us about going to a rave, getting super wasted, falling asleep on a mountain, waking up in an apartment filled with beautiful Swiss ladies. So something tells me it might be yours. You're truly CNFT connoisseur.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good bet.
That'd be
That's
fun.
a good bet. If I'm betting on anybody going to CNFT Con, I'm betting on Viva 100%. I feel like Viva's just got like
Viva.
the fucking. I feel like he's just like about it. Like he'll just send it and just say fuck it. So, yeah.
He'll run it off the next day.
Yeah, I got Viva. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna drink and then like wake up. Like that, he tweeted like a couple weeks ago that he went to a wedding, got like obliterated, and then was up at like 5 a.m. like running 10 miles on the treadmill. Like it's a special type of like fucking personality. A person that can wake up hungover as fucking be like, I'm gonna go run. Like I get like I get the spins getting up and walking to the bathroom.
Sorry.
Like that's fucked. You good, Hecka?
If not the intensity, then definitely the endurance on day 3. He'll be still up running that 10
Oh, yeah.
miles.
Yeah, exactly. His body's built for it.
I can tell you through experience that you feel pretty numb when you're running after being a little intoxicated, so you can run a little bit faster. So it does help some for the hangover.
I have vertigo. Like I take like medication for it, so I feel like when I get like super fucked up and I wake up the next day, it just makes my vertigo like 10 times worse. So I feel like if I ran, I'd actually like fucking fall over and pass out. So I'll pass on that.
Nice.
I'll pass on that for sure. Mitch, you want to do the next topic?
Yes, so bad. So let's go back a couple of months. We kind of brought up how maybe we should do CNFT Fight Club. Not sure if you guys remember that, but if you had to challenge a single person to a boxing match for 100k ADA, who would it be?
In parameters, it has to be a fair fight. You can't pick to fight like somebody random. It's like fairy godmother. You can't pick. That's not fair.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, fairy godmother. No, I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
I'd wrestle D Clay for that clay, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that's right. Y'all doing a wrestling match, right?
Yeah, 75. I got 75 ADA on Little Ruthie. That's you gonna take the Clay's Clay.
Let's go. That's so sick. I'm kind of like I know y'all are doing a wrestling thing, but like what's up for? Is it DK's PFP or what is it for?
That's my impression, but I guess it's up to Clay.
Yeah,
maybe just get him a little buzzed, and he'll offer up the PFP.
Might have to pry that from his cold dead hands if you want that PFP, man.
Dude, the other day when you all had like the D Clay PFP as your PFP, I was about to like throw up. Every time I opened Twitter and refreshed, it was his PFP with the fucking horns, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I had to like actually look at the at name.
Movement, man.
Yeah, bro, I was looking at the at name. I was like, who the fuck is this time? So yeah, it was really throwing me off. I was getting super frustrated.
I was waiting for someone to ban me. Say that wasn't the original D Clay. I was like, oh shit.
So, did you change your name to D Clay too? Someone changed their name to D Clay.
Yeah, we all changed.
I think a couple of us did, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or
It was
different
really
versions
fucking
of
me
it.
up.
Even Stevie towards the end changed his to Stevie Clay. Stevie Clay.
Yeah, I think it was actually Stevie. I saw like Clay. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like in the Twitter like crypto corner that we're in, I feel like I just recognize people like off the rip from their PFP. Like I just know them because.
Yeah.
You know, that's how like you see people
So it's fun
daily.
to mess with people.
Yeah, that's how you see people daily. That's why like when Ada Well left, like everyone was doing like the whale PFP, and I did it for like 2 hours, and then I got confused because I was like in a Twitter thread like talking to a couple people, and everyone had the whale, so I didn't know who was talking, and I was like, fuck this, like I'm going back to my PFP. I can't figure this out.
Should we talk about that? Because
he's back.
Didn't Ada Whale come back? When the world needed him most, he returned.
When CNFT Con was on the horizon. Yeah, I didn't even read it. I know he posted a long thread about like why he left, but I didn't really read it, to be honest.
I felt like he came back pretty quick. I think he could have left that, hanging for a little bit longer. It was only like 2 weeks, we could have lived.
Yeah, you can deactivate your account for
maybe
30 days.
Maybe you could have, but my ass was dying, crying myself to sleep. That is the hardest part about my CNFT journey so far. Not being rugged over and over and over and over.
Not buying the top every time.
Not buying the top literally every time, but my role model, my Superman, left me. With that, so I know we say he did come back too quickly, but I feel like he kind of came back because he knew that if he was gone any lot longer, people would kind of just not care, right? Which
I don't think that's true.
What's your take?
Sorry, but that's
Go
just
on.
me. I mean, sorry to interrupt. I don't think anyone would have forgotten him, personally.
maybe not forgot him, but I feel like coming from somebody, he might have thought that and been like, oh, I've been gone 2 weeks. Oh shit, so I better come back.
Yeah, I don't get that from like
Like-
his. I don't get that from his account though. Like he's always trying to like talk about like how he's just like an average dude who, like, blew up on Twitter and like now is like the face of like Cardano Twitter. So I don't think he was like
That's
concerned
so
about
weird.
people
No,
worrying about him.
If anything,
Wab is-
he wanted to be forgotten. If anything, he just didn't
Yeah.
like the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Wab
He
kind of fell off.
should've
I don't
just
see him on
gave
my
it to
TL
a
anymore.
Web. Oh, I see him all the time, and I'm always like,
It's the fucking algorithms.
Sending him hearty emojis, showing him my love and compassion towards him. But let's kind of get back to it. Big T. So we do know you are not going to see an FT con, but
Yeah, sad. Sad.
who would you fight if you did go?
Fuck, who's going? Trying to think of who will be there that I could actually fight in like a boxing match and beat. I don't know. Wait, didn't you say Khan was going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm boxing connoisseur 100%.
Damn.
He's
You
Swiss, bro.
see
They're
this weird-
they're neutral people, bro.
True,
Like he's not even
true.
he's gonna hold his hands down. It's a one shot. Wop. See ya. So that's what I'm going for.
Well, in this world where you go, oh, I'm beating the shit out of you.
Oh no, I'm not gonna like beat the shit. But it's for 100k ADA, so I'll break him off like 10k and knock him out. I think that's fair.
But who would I beat? I feel
like Fairy Godmother's a
very
fair fight for
bad
you.
to say Fairy Godmother because there's two things that could happen. She could murder me.
She can whoop your ass.
Or I could.
She's probably got a
murder her.
mean elbow, man. She got elbow
Yeah,
drop
bro.
you.
Yeah.
Make you
She's
tap.
probably dude, she lives in a country with kangaroos and like venomous spiders that are as big as your head. She's fucking you up. I'm thinking it's
Well-
a quick 2-rounder probably.
No matter who I fight there, I'm going to lose. So I'll just take that L with gratitude. Then.
With
next
gratitude.
next topic. How would your parents describe crypto and NFTs?
Come on, Hecka.
Yeah,
I
you-
know
you
you've
take this,
you've kind of
take this
converted
one
them.
first, Hemi. Yeah, no, they don't care about that stuff at all.
Yeah, my folks pretty much the same. Like my father, if he would essentially say the same thing. Like he would believe that it was some Ponzi scheme or something like that.
Right.
But my mom, on the other hand, I could probably convince her to put a little bit of money away on some crypto, as long as I showed her how to do it. So
Yeah.
my mom's pretty open-minded about stuff. My dad's very he's very strict on his ways.
Yeah, he's very set in
And
his
so
ways.
throughout
Like, he's not faltering on what he thinks.
Yeah. Him and I have bumped heads many times throughout the years. I've always been very different, and I've always
Yeah.
explored a lot of different things where he's not. So
Same. I feel that.
Yeah.
Which that kind of is the past generations though, because my parents are the same way, where now that I'm going live on Twitch for 7 hours every night, my mom sees that as me going and playing video games back when I was 16. But she doesn't put the time in to learn that I'm entertaining people every single night. But that's just because she's kind of close-minded to it. And I know I can say that because I know she's not going to watch this. Because
Right.
she's so
Yeah.
close-minded to this like new technology. But it's aight.
Hecka, what
Just
about
gotta
you?
show
Yeah.
them, man. Just gotta show them.
My dad his answer was pretty much, yeah, it's cool, but the government's gonna shut it down, so it doesn't really matter. And
Yeah.
then, you know, my mom was just like, just doesn't care. She'll like throw in a little bit if I tell her to buy something, and she'll put like $100 in, and it's like, oh, I invested.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, it's
got
just
you.
it's a different world.
Yeah. I think it's just like I think it's like you don't like people like our parents don't think about like if they'll call like crypto like a Ponzi scheme, but then think that like it's normal that the Fed just prints money like it's like fucking paper coming out of your printer at home. You know, like they're like, yeah, that's more secure than like you buying like a crypto asset, which like is absurd to
Yeah.
me. But like they just like don't see it that way. You know, it's like a long time thing that's like ingrained in their heads that like the Fed prints money and like that's what we do, which is really strange. Like if you like sit back and think about it, it's just really odd that like Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, but like the Fed just printing money off of a printer is like it's fine. You know.
I mean,
Which
we
is-
grew up with the internet too, so
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like I think it's funny is like I think our parents like they tried to I don't know about your guys' parents, but it seemed like they're much like mine where they were they're trying to educate me growing up as a kid to kind of go out and do your own thing and all that stuff, and then you kind of
Yeah.
do that and they're kind of like, well,
That's
that's
dumb.
not at all what I had in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Kinda
no, I
thing,
get.
so I
yeah,
think it's kinda
yeah,
funny.
I get that. Yeah, I have I have a big family. I've talked about it on the pod before, but I have like a big family. So I have 5 brothers and sisters, and I kind of like fall in the middle, of the 6 of us. And my parents were always, very, like very strict, but very like of the accord that like you should, do stuff that like you find interesting and things like that. And then, but like you said, I butt heads with my parents all the times on things, just random
Tyler.
things where they're like, you should branch out and do something, and I do. They're like, well, that sucks. And I'm like, well, I mean, I tried. I did my
I'm
best.
trying here, man. Yeah,
Does
sure.
does anybody else in your family dabble in crypto or this type of tech?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. My family's actually like really like. I mean, I obviously like grew up in the South. Like, Mitch is from Texas, but I'm from North Carolina, so I still consider myself the
Yeah,
South,
baby.
even though I'm like kind of the
Yeah,
top
there's
side of the South.
different flavors of South, yeah.
Yeah, different flavors of South. But I mean, like my family, like my parents, we have like a big farm, like kind of like 40 minutes from where I live. My parents just built a house out there, so like we have like horses.
You are
and
way more country than I am.
We have, like, a
I
couple
live
of
in the so I live like 5 minutes from a DFW airport in a very very metro, very very popular area.
Yeah, I mean, and I live
So-
5 minutes from our major airport in North Carolina,
Fair.
like in the capital, like in Raleigh. So like, I mean, that's like my life that like I chose. But what I'm saying is that, like my parents, like they just moved back to my family's
Okay.
farm. Like my older brother lives out there with like his kids. So it's just like very much that like they're a little bit like different than from what I am. Like I work like a software like sales job from home and like buy
Nice.
NFTs all day, and they're just like out there like feeding the hogs and shit. So it's a little different. I don't think they're gonna buy into the Bitcoin or like into Cardano or anything like that.
yeah, I used
so
to live
I-
just outside of Durham, and
Oh.
it gets pretty backwards pretty quick once you get out
no,
of the city.
no shit.
North
That's
Carolina.
crazy. I actually live like I live in Cary, but I live on the Durham County line, so I literally like live probably 3 minutes from Durham. That's crazy.
I was a little further out. I was in Oxford.
Okay, yeah, I know. I mean, I was born and raised in North Carolina my whole life, so I know the spot pretty well. That's cool. That's cool. See, North Carolina, we're making a comeback. Mitch always talks shit on. He always asks me how life is in Delaware, like I live in fucking Delaware.
Nobody lives in fucking Delaware.
Yeah, bro, it's like made up.
It's a
Like when you
lie.
think, like when you think
Never
about it, like I
met
feel like some states are like made up, right? Like nobody lives there. It's just like on the
Yeah.
map, but it's not real. There's
That's-
nobody there.
That's a
South
like-
Dakota. I saw one guy who lived in South Dakota, so
That's
I
so
know that's a
saw
real
him.
state.
Yeah,
You
my
saw him, but
I've seen
you
at least
didn't
one.
see him. You didn't see him in South Dakota because
That's
South
so-
Dakota doesn't exist. But he's a liar.
He
But
claims
that's
There's a
so
South
funny that-
Dakota somewhere.
That's so funny that you picked that state of all states.
Somewhere.
My fiance and I, we get married in like 18 days, and she was like born and raised in South Dakota. Like that's where she's from. So, she's the only person I've ever
She's a
known from there
liar.
my whole life.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she'll show me like
Congratulations, by
pictures.
the way.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I appreciate that. But yeah, so I mean, people do live out there. I want to go visit, but she's like, nah, there's nothing to do, so we're not
There's
going.
no reason. That's like coming down to Texas at all.
Yeah, if you go to
There's
Dallas,
no
but like Houston,
reason.
Houston's fun.
No, Houston's just as boring. Maybe Austin because there's like hills over there. There's things to do, but Dallas.
Hills.
Yes, hills. Hills in Texas are enjoyable. That is all we have.
They have guns and hills.
Houston,
Let's go, baby.
Houston is way better than Dallas, though. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's close to like the water. Yeah, it's so lit, so good. Like he's fucking getting up. Nah, to be fair, I've only been to Houston and no other. Like I've been to Austin for a day, but that's it.
Nice.
Fuck y'all.
I have an uncle that lives in Dallas.
Oh, for real?
Let's fucking go, man.
Yeah.
Dallas on the come up.
He is the best man you've ever met.
He's pretty cool. He's my favorite uncle, if that counts.
Be cooler if he lived in
And
Houston.
he has one uncle. Exactly.
So
Okay, we're
let's change topics before I kill everybody.
Yeah. This is the last scene of T topic, and then we'll just jump into like random shit. But this one is: do you think that infighting between projects in the scene of T space is exaggerated? Like we're all pretty like active on Twitter, so we'll see that like somebody with this PFP is talking, or questioning or talking shit about this project, and then they're all arguing back and forth, and it kind of becomes like a big thing where everyone's like, we shouldn't fight each other, like we should all get along and push the space forward. So do you feel like that's like an exaggerated part of our little corner of crypto, or do you think it's kind of like fair and we do kind of like argue about a lot of shit all the time?
I think probably, yeah. I mean, it's definitely something real to it. Like people just bicker constantly in this space, but it's like I don't know. The kind of everybody getting along thing too is always kind of like two-faced. I think too, because it's always like who's getting along and hanging out, who's not around, and whose project rugged already, who lost money already, and who doesn't want to hang out in the Twitter space or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's just social media, and I feel like the space is just a victim of social media. But
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of emotions with the different projects and stuff. I think it kind of goes in cycles, right? Like everybody, you have that the big fallout, and then everybody's buddy again after. So just repetitive, it seems, in the space. So just try to entertain myself with doing shows and watching y'all guys and doing stuff like this.
It does, and that's why we've been stepping up the shit posting on Twitter too, because it's gotten so old, and I've had to meet people who won't just stop bringing up the same negative topics over and over again, and just like just put fun stuff on the feed, and I just try to have a good time.
We live in a very tiny community.
Yeah.
So like maybe there's 200 people you'll see day after day after day. So so it's kind of that like small town effect where, oh my god, this person's cheating on this person with this person. Everybody finds out about it, and that becomes the big issue for 7 years.
Yeah.
We live in North Carolina, right?
Hey, we got 10
It's the
million
North
people
Carolina
in my
of
state, bro.
crypto.
We stepping it up. We stepping it up. We got a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
But what I mean by that is if we'd like to grow, then we need to kind of forgive and forget, and kind of look towards the positive shit going on.
Yeah,
Because
but I think
because
Go ahead.
there's so much good shit going on to hold on to these bad things that do happen to these people that say dumb shit. Like you need to kind of listen to that, absorb that, and then think hard about, is this something that so is this a hill that I'd love to die on, And if it's not, then don't fucking die. Nobody's trying to kill you, so don't kill you yourself over the same dumb bullshit week after week after week. That's just my view on it.
I think that it's kind of like I'm normally a type of person that really like jumps really far on one side of the fence on every issue. Like I don't like to play the middle ground or even close. Like I want to be really far away from the fence. But this is something that I think that there's a lot of people that do like talk shit for the attention, and I think those people are like easily picked out of the crowd. I think there are people that like bring up serious like questions, concerns, like just honest like just statements that they might have, and then like you'll just see the comments like flood with whatever project they were talking about, like saying that it's all FUD and like it's all shit. And I think there like might be some validity to some people's points that are just getting like dismissed as FUD. But overwhelmingly, I think it's pretty easy to pick apart like who's just like talking just to talk and get engagement on their tweet, and who's actually like trying to engage with some people from the community and talk about like a specific topic. But I mean, we talked about this in the pod with Stevie last week, and it's something, or maybe it was the week before that, but it's something I definitely like. It kind of like irks my nerves a little bit when someone's like, I mean, you'll see all this shit on Twitter, and then someone will be in the comments like, just join the Discord, bro. Like, you'll see the vibes. Like, I hate that response. I fucking hate it because, and this is coming from a Discord mod that moderates for multiple projects. I spend hours a day on Discord, and I enjoy that. But a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people have jobs that like make them get up from their desk, like unlike me. So I feel like that's not a valid like response, because a lot of people don't just get on Discord and troll all day like through Discord servers. So I feel like when we have disagreements, we should hash them out on Twitter, but they also shouldn't be like such a big deal that everybody's fucking fighting for days on end about it. Because like if it's an honest question, then we should ask it, we should talk it out, and then be fucking done. But that's like my take.
Well,
like I said, I'm kind of. Go ahead. Hecka.
You said something about sorry, losing my train of thought. I had a few beers already, but that's what I meant about the positivity.
Hecka's not going to win the challenge.
The positivity always has kind of like a two-facedness to it, and it's always just the bag holding. When people come into the threads to defend people, it's just like they're shutting down the conversation as much as anyone else, but just being like, hey, it's all good, bro. Just why are you being negative? I've been in plenty of threads where I've posted my honest opinion, and people have just so many people come back and spam at me with these kind of like, I guess they viewed my comment as passive aggressive, so they come back at me passive aggressive, and says, you just don't get it, bro. You don't get the value.
Yeah, and I think that's like kind of the problem that I have, is just like most of the time when everyone's like saying like, oh, you should join the Discord to see the vibes, or like you shouldn't just like be fudding our project to fud it. It's always like the people from that project. It's kind of like you said, it's kind of like a two-faced thing of them just like bag holding and trying to direct the conversation elsewhere, which in my opinion, like as someone that has been in the space since December, but like there's been plenty of people that have been here like a long time before me, like I look to like those people's opinions and like comments when they have something to say about like a specific project on Twitter, and I really want to see what like they have to say, because like they've been around the block a few times, and like they've seen these projects like come and go, and it's just kind of like annoying when people like don't want to engage with what's said, but it's rather like I'm just gonna sit here and like fucking just say some out of pocket shit in the comments so we don't have to talk about it. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. I think a lot of it does, like going back to the question, I think a lot of the infighting does get kind of like blown out of proportion, but I think that just really depends on who says what. Like if it's a really big Twitter account in our little corner of crypto, it obviously gets like blown up, but if it's just like random people talking, it's not big.
Yeah, I mean, to answer the question in another way, I don't think any of the stuff that happens here has any impact in the real world at all, and like none of this is going to matter next year.
Little Twitter space.
Thank God.
Yeah, the seriousness
God.
of it, I would say,
God.
does good. If you're in the space, it's like a real thing. You can't avoid it. You're gonna get sucked into the negativity, and you're gonna want to engage with it.
Yeah, that's like my fatal.
It's crazy to be there.
That's my fatal flaw, is seeing something on Twitter and then having to say something back. Like I've deleted so many tweets from where I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. Like that was really out of pocket, and I like let my emotions get the best of me. And it's not even something like protecting a bag. It's just like I'm like I disagree with what you said, so I have to like say something back. But I feel like
so
that's
now I'll beat
we-
you up with my words, you bitch.
Exactly. I feel like that's a product. That's a product of like the market that we're in. Like everybody's just kind of sitting around, like just waiting on something good to happen. So while we all wait, we all just sit on our phones and argue back and forth. So it is what it is.
This is why we need more Twitter spaces like what you guys are doing, or more things
Exactly.
like the Degen report, so that we can kind of take those evils and it's like
Mutate. Just use the word mutate. Stay with it.
mutate.
Well,
We
there
are
you go.
going to mutate this community.
That's
But
right.
CNFT Community Season 2 airdrop.
Airdrop,
Season like 5, because I feel like there's been so many like seasonal people. Like I feel like the people that came during the Bud season, like to the Clay season, that was kind of the first season of Cardano NFTs. Kind of. Maybe.
Yeah, I would
then,
agree.
Then,
And Dead
then,
Pixels.
Yep. Then more so after that with like goats with DCC with these like with universe with fucking happy hoppers. That was kind of the
So-
second season.
Probably like September to maybe like December of last year, maybe.
Yep, before everything like got minted out immediately. Then when like Soho minted out immediately, when Bright Palace minted out immediately, I feel like that was kind of the third season of like CNFTs.
That was a spicy season,
Bring
man.
back
That's
a lot
when.
of memories right
Bro,
now.
Yeah.
that shit was terrible. Because I wanted a Bright Palace so fucking bad.
And
Listen,
the hype was real.
Listen, I minted Soho Kids and had to wait 8 hours to get my NFT. Okay, it was a rough day. It was a fucking rough day, and I still hold it. Not because there's some sentimental value. It was the first thing I ever minted, but also. I mean, it took me 8 hours to get it. I have to hold it. I don't care if it goes to 10,000. I'm holding it because it took forever.
But that was kind of the season where these Cardano influencers, they kind of gained control over people. In a way, in my eyes,
Yeah.
where that they could say, "Oh, I'm minting this project. You guys should also do it," and then everybody else did it. So
Who is the influencer? I don't know what that word means. Like
Who
consumer
is it?
point.
Say it. Go ahead. Say it. Say it's
Who is
Declay.
me?
Go ahead.
me.
Yeah. Who is it?
Is it Declay? Is it Cobra?
So
Is it
I'm
Declay?
not gonna
Cobra?
say it, guys. I'm
No,
not
say
gonna
it.
say it. Y'all,
Everyone talks about him.
y'all.
Anybody
y'all,
over 2K
so-
followers is an influencer.
Hey, that's me as of yesterday.
Hey,
Let's
and
fucking
Hemi.
go,
All
man.
right. Double time.
Or 2
2K.
days ago. something like
Congrats.
that.
Hey,
Thank
I'm
God
at
not a
9. I'm at
fucking
993. Let's go, baby. We're about at 1K.
You'll never make
We're at
it.
the boost you.
Fuck it.
Just
Yeah,
change.
yeah, boost
I
me up.
found out the secret. You gotta change your profile picture to Declay's profile picture.
That's what you
And
gotta
just
do.
Okay,
No.
I'll do it right
Say
after this
Declay for like
Post
an
things
hour.
that Declay would post, and you'll
Okay.
hit 1K instantly.
Just call everybody fool, and then it'll be cool.
Fool.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm on it. I'm on. Y'all are putting me on the game now. Now I know what's up.
You gotta
Now-
shout
now I
out
know
Wallet
how-
Wednesday too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Shout
I
out.
Shout out to-
literally,
yeah.
I
Can't
fucked up.
forget the shout out while
I fucked up my day so bad the past couple of days. On Monday, like afternoon, I was standing upstairs making food for lunch in my house, and I was sitting there like refreshing my Twitter feed, thinking that it was supposed to be Wallet Wednesday, but it was fucking Monday. I was like, oh my god. I was sitting there for like 5 minutes, like, where's Wallet Wednesday? Why isn't it not coming on? And it was a Monday.
No, that's Whiskey Wednesday. Shout out to Whiskey Wednesday on a
Yeah,
Monday.
Whiskey Wednesday. Got
Dude,
all
there's
our
so many
days covered.
there's so many good spaces. It's hard to get in on all of them. So hard.
They're not as
Too
popular, but
many.
if you know who's doing them,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
good spaces.
Exactly.
Let's move on to the next topic. Do you think AI will help mankind, or will it ruin it?
I think help. I think I'm not really into like I never really believed like the iRobot scenario kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever look at the Ben Gertzel at AGI, what he's doing? I think his whole
No.
thing is to keep, I don't know. I'm just trusting him to keep that shit under control because he's got a really crazy like wizard hat and he's a really cool guy. That's the AGI token, AGIX I think it's called now.
Okay.
But it's the AI, General Intelligence Decentralized Network thingy. But it hooks up all the AIs from all around the world to share a network, share resources and stuff like that. So it's a really cool
fucking
project.
insane.
So you should check it
Nice.
out.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
My thing is are we talking about AI or are we talking about like Terminator like
I think Terminator would be considered
technology?
AI. Like it's artificial intelligence, like something that's like
'Cause
intelligent because of like the fucking tech that's in it.
with shit like that, that'll probably happen in like maybe 200 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a lot
dude,
sooner than
dude,
you
dude,
think, bro.
Dude, 200 years we were shitting in holes outside. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm with Mitch on this one.
So we go from shitting in holes to where
I'm with
we are
Hemi.
now
To Terminator take over.
to a
next
week.
shitting in holes while the Terminator shoots our ass.
Well-
But we as humans we love being the big boys. We love being in control of everything. So I feel like even
'cause we
as
have thumbs.
make these. So I'm going
Unless it's
to
an automated
ignore
thumb.
that. So I feel like as we are the people making these, then it'll need to be a long time for something kind of similar to COVID, where I'm not saying it could have been made
Here
in
we
a
go.
lab, but
Fuck.
maybe if it was made in a
Somebody's garage.
lab, then it touched everybody else. So it's something a little like that, where maybe in 200 years that they might not have the COVID pandemic, but the Terminator pandemic.
I don't know. I just don't think that like if you take a look from like how far like technology has come in like the last 50 years, like technology it grows like tenfold over like a small period of time. Like if you just think that like I mean the first touchscreen like iPhone the iPhone 4 came out like what like 12 years ago, something like that. You know, something like that, like within like the last decade, give or take, like some on each side, and now people are like using VR
Fuck the
headsets, and like buying fucking digital coins and shit like that online. Like, there's just, I think that, I don't know, I just think that like the human propensity to like create some like really crazy shit just keeps like growing and growing.
But does that match the propensity? Is that a fucking word? I have no idea.
Propensity is a word.
Read
books.
Needing to control things at all times. Right?
Yeah,
don't
but
know, I don't
you're
think-
talking.
Go ahead,
T.
Hemi.
No, go
Yeah.
ahead. Finish up, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if like some sort of robot, like an iRobot situation, or like some sort of AI, whatever like whatever grow like smarter than like a human like brain is. But I think that like AI can definitely like over the next like couple of decades really like make a lot of huge like leaps and gains in like day-to-day activities that we wouldn't think of. And I think that those things could like help or like break like where my mind goes in this topic is like the way that like we do like I don't know like really large like industrial work like manufacturing like cars and fucking planes and shit like that. I think that like AI can really just like take all human presence out of like manufacturing like really large items like that.
Good.
And then I think
Yeah.
that's good. I think that's good if there are people that like benefit from that, right? But if it's just like the humans lose the jobs and the AI get to like do it all, then that's bad, right? Because then it's like it's forcing a large like portion of like a market into like things that they're not like they don't do. You know what I mean? So I don't. I think you see that. I think you see that grown out through like the way like cars are built like over the last couple of decades. Like it used to be like fucking you pick the shit up, you move it, you pick that shit up, and you just do that all day. And now it's just fucking robot arms just picking shit up and moving it around, and it's like less people working. And so I don't know. That's where my mind goes. Like, will it help or will it hurt? I think like time will tell. But I think it definitely has like the capability of really affecting like a lot of people.
So do you think it'll help or hurt? Big T. You can't dodge your own fucking question.
I think that it helps in the long run. I think that it helps, but I think that doesn't come without like a couple of fucking kinks in the system on the way there. Because I think it would be lit if AI, like robots, manufactured and produced everything, like Rolexes, cars, planes, like they literally made every commodity good. The robots made it, and then people just got paid for like being alive. You know what I mean? Like, thank God we're all here another day. You know what I mean? So the robots do the work. We actually get to live lives and not have to fucking run in the hamster wheel 40 years of our lives. And then I think that would be the ideal situation.
But
well, you've already. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I've been talking too much.
Blame the Smirnoff bottle behind him.
Smirnoff.
But just talking about like how rapidly stuff has changed in the last 10 years, like jobs have already changed so much, and kind of like broken down into these little, like more service sector jobs and more part-time jobs, and I mean you would hope for like wages to get better and to be able to sustain people well, but there's always going to be like different changing jobs, new, like and it sounds cheesy, but like in the metaverse and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like you would just hope for like easier, but still kind of meaningful work.
Yeah.
That's more kind of digital and global, but
yeah.
Going back like 150 years, people were building these humongous New York buildings that went to the fucking moon. So you need to kind of compare that to the way things are done now, where these people are maybe working 8 hours. They're part of a union where they've got like maybe 30 minute to an hour lunch breaks.
Oh, that's great.
So,
9-hour shift, 30 minutes to eat a fucking bologna and cheese.
Bro,
that's awesome.
bro,
We're making big strides.
But you need to kind of see that end, like bring in that like what will make mankind fall apart because of AI. Like will our jobs becoming easier? Will that ruin mankind? Maybe. But what I'm
at least we'll have
looking
JPEGs
for is beating the shit out of Terminator bots, which will happen in 200 years. I am a time traveler, and I am telling you this now.
So the drama in the NFT community is already bad. Do you guys think there will ever be a war fought over like different NFT projects or something like that? Like an actual
especially if AI takes over.
That's a good question.
I'm just gonna download the Twitter feeds and come up with its own consciousness, and then fight each other over projects.
So isn't that what my boy Wab is doing?
That's like the early prototype of an NFT meme war.
And I mean it's doing good, but I feel like because the community is so small, not till we are on the level of like YouTube, where you see a like massive beef going on because it is so small. No, I don't think there will be, because like you said, Hecka, the issues that we do have, they are so small that they mean nothing. So when somebody goes over and turns off their PC, they're like, oh shit, none of this matters. So until some of it does matter, maybe we may, but will we like go to a war? Maybe.
I don't know, but if we're all trying to get to where we want to be, right,
no.
which is like global adoption of like crypto and Cardano and whatever it might be, then it's going to be like so much bigger than like we could ever imagine like sitting here right now, you know? I mean, and I think that's I think that's case in point. Like I was eating dinner a couple hours ago and I got a news update on my phone. I pick it up and it said that America has now like crossed the threshold of like $31 trillion in debt right now. So there's like
Let's
$31
go!
trillion in like
We did it,
outstanding
guys. We
debt.
did it.
So I think we are on like this precipice over like the next couple of years where we'll just see. I don't know. Like Mitch always makes fun of. I'm a doomer. Like I always kind of see like the worst in situations, but I don't know. I think that's just like, I mean, I'm 24. Like I'll be 25 in a couple of months, and I think that's just me growing up in like this generation of like in my young 20s where like my whole life has just been like everybody's in fucking debt. Like we're always fighting some kind of war. There's always some bullshit going on, and I just feel like we're going to see like this slow like decline of like. I mean, because you can't have debt forever, right? Because people aren't going to pay it back, and you can't.
That goes back to your point about Bitcoin and like how we see it so differently from previous generations.
Yeah.
Is because it's not just the internet we grew up with; it's also all
Yeah.
the chaotic shit and constant.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. And Hecka, and that to your point, like me and my stepdad get in arguments like all the time, where he's just like, you know, when I went to college in like the 80s, you know, like I worked 2 part-time jobs and like put my way through school. Like I don't know why people can't just like do that now. I'm like, dude, like it's not like it's not feasible. Like the things, the way wage growth has stagnated and the way that things are just like always going up as far as like commodity costs, housing costs, like debt, things like that. There's just no way to like to meet those like those things where you used to be able to do that. And I just don't think people outside of like our generation understand that you can't just work harder to like pay for a house that costs $800,000 less 20 years ago. Like, what am I supposed to fucking do about that? You know?
It's definitely forced the younger generation to be a lot smarter in their approach, though, and they're a lot more. They know how to leverage stuff a lot better than the older generations do.
Hey, look, if Cardano doesn't make me rich, I'll catch you guys under a bridge. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, you'll see me around. but anyway, okay, all right, moving on. This is more of a would you rather question. But would you rather always would you rather always smell like shit or have a shitty taste in your mouth?
This
Sorry,
is,
I'm a little tipsy.
This is a very dumb question. So when you smell like shit, that's bad. But when you are tasting shit in your mouth day after day after day, oh, I better be smelling fucking fantastic. I better be the best smelling mother effer fucking out there. Because you look at like bees. The bees that they have the best like pheromones. Those bees get so much bee pussy. So maybe if
Fact of the day.
maybe if I tasted shit
Fact of the day.
all the time, but kind of in return I got so much pussy because I smelled so good, maybe. But no,
But
no,
my thing,
that's not the. Go on.
my thing is, if you can taste the shit, can you also smell the shit? Because I mean, your nose is like right there. So did
I
you
don't
like
think
remove
so.
that out of the
I'm gonna
situation?
draw the line. It's either always smell or always
About
taste.
damn time.
I'm going.
But you
I'm
can
going
smell some nice flowers, and you don't get any whiff of shit.
Exactly.
You don't get
I'm
no
going
whiff, you
smell-
just
I'm
taste
going
it.
smell all the
Okay.
time, and I'm just putting some cologne right under my nose. I'm living life. That's what I'm going. I'm going
Yeah.
smell every time.
I don't think there's any other answer. I think that's an easy one.
That's
Personally,
that's
you can just ruin every food for the rest of your life. It's
Oh,
just-
Yeah.
fucking suck.
If you have the 6 foot rule, right? I mean, you're cool as long as people kept their distance. You're cool.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. In return, you smell fucking fantastic. People love you.
You're saying if you gotta
So
taste
good.
shit,
Wait,
if
wait.
you gotta taste
So
shit, you're
if-
smelling
Nah,
good.
see, you're like adding extra.
Yeah.
See,
He's
you're telling me
tagging
that
on.
if I taste shit, then I get all this extra shit. So what extra
Yeah.
superpower do I get if I smell like shit?
But that might make
So-
it more of a good trade. Is if
Be,
you just smelled so good that like you attract
Because-
everyone around you, everyone loves you. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just
because
where
other
Mitch is
than
going.
that, nobody would be. Oh, I'd love to taste shit. Maybe some people, but those are
never know.
not the people.
Well, the question
And
is,
I
if you've been
like
tasting
to-
shit for so long, you get used to the tasting.
Yeah,
shit,
you get
so
used to
you
it,
really
that's what I'm
notice the
saying.
difference.
Yeah, exactly.
But
but
in
then you're not tasting
return-
it. So what's the curse?
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
Everything
Hecka's
tastes like
going way
shit.
too far into this question. I don't like this shit no more. Hecka's,
Wait,
You didn't
Hecka's
mention
thinking-
like how quick do you adapt to the taste of shit?
Yeah, are
Details.
we talking like
Working
6 months here? We talking a couple of years? And then I mean, come on, man.
That's I don't know. I have no answer. I wasn't intending on everyone just diving deep into this. And Mitch talking about.
Hey, we're trying to break this down. We're trying to get to the real questions here.
We knocked out that question.
So
On to the next
big T. So say I smell like shit.
Yes.
Then, but then I can taste the best food. Then what's the positive to tasting shit?
I don't feel like I should answer this question for you because you told me earlier that you were eating shrimp tails because you didn't know you shouldn't eat those. So I'm not divulging these answers to you because you were eating
Next.
literal shit. Anyways, continue.
This next topic is not bad because I read it incorrectly. But what is the worst experience you have ever had at a friend's house when you were growing up?
I can go
a
first
good
while
question.
everyone thinks of their answers.
Yeah, I have to think about
Yeah.
that.
When I was in like, let me think. There's a couple. So one, I'm gonna give two. So one, when I was like 7 years old, I used to be like terrified of dogs growing up. Terrified, fucking hated them. And my friend literally lived right next to our elementary school, so I'd like walk home with him every day, and then like my parents would come get me from his house. So he had like a big black lab and then a boxer that literally looks just like Dave, like Mitch's dog looked just like Dave, except he was like kind of swole. The boxer was real big, and he knew I hated dogs. And they had like an electric fence right like around this house, so the dogs would just walk around and whatever. So he would literally like make this game about like I'm gonna just run to the door and see if Tyler can catch up with me, like while the dogs are fucking chasing us like full speed. So obviously as a 7-year-old that wasn't fun for me. But one day the dogs like actually caught up to me and like knocked me down. I thought I was gonna lose my life. So that was a terrifying experience. And then once when I was in middle school, one of my friends had like really bad anger issues. I'm pretty sure he had to go to like some sort of like special like school for kids with bad behavior in high school. But one of my really good friends growing up, he got like really mad at his mom for telling him that he couldn't eat like cookies before dinner or something. Mind you, we're like 12, so I don't know why this was an argument.
Bitch.
But he literally took
What a bitch.
his iPod Touch, like like the old iPod Touch, he was the old fucking bitch. He turned around and threw it into his room, like while we're standing there. Turned around and just, looked like Patrick Mahomes out there. Threw a dime right into his room and broke this big mirror in his room. Glass was flying everywhere. So as a kid, those two experiences really kind of haunted me. I thought my friend was going to kill me, and then I thought his dog was going to kill me. But that was what kind of came to mind off the rip.
Yeah, I remembered. Well, I had a friend who invited me over for a slumber party type deal. I don't, what you'd call it, hanging out playing video games till like 3 in the morning. But
Oh yeah, a shindig.
A shindig. And we were like after we all went down to bed and stuff. Their bedrooms were all on the same floor and all the doors were open. We're all kind of like near each other. And I just couldn't get to sleep at all. So there's like a little toy snake, rattlesnake type thing made of wood, and I just start like playing with it. I was probably like 12 years old, and I'm just like getting to sleep basically, just doing this random noise, and the dude sleeping right next to me can't even hear it, and then the dad just storms across the floor and just like screams at me like, what is that sound in here? Cut that out right now. And the next morning, like, we're down in the den playing video games, and he's just like something else. He like just comes in and yells at us, and it's like I fucked up, and just chews me out. And I never.
And you're like a kid, like he's yelling at a kid.
Yeah.
That's not even his
I was
kid.
just-
What the fuck?
It's like more brutal than my parents treating me, and I was like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
But
That's
I felt bad
fucked
for that kid because I never went back there again. But he was a pretty cool kid. But I was like traumatized by.
Yeah, you're like, yeah,
But
your
it's-
dad's an asshole. I'm never going back. Thanks.
You,
It's like, let's just hang out at school,
kind of,
dude.
you kind of feel bad for them, but you are like,
Well,
there is no
yeah.
way on God's green earth. I am putting myself through that type of pain,
Yeah.
horror,
It was
sabotage.
absolutely traumatizing. No, it was.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks getting chewed out by somebody else's parents.
Yeah,
enough.
exactly. Especially
Well,
over
it's
some
just
shit
like-
that's like not important. Like you didn't do anything. Yeah, but it is what it is. Hemi, what you got?
Damn, man. Well, I'm a little bit older than you guys. Growing up, I remember I used to have this one friend who my parents didn't agree with me hanging out, so it was more of a reason to hang out with him. But so I was hanging out with my friend, and his dad was like way older. I think his mom was like 30 or something at the time, and his dad was like touching, I think like just in the 60s or something. And he was like,
Good job, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Well,
pulling.
he was a cranky fucker, man. He'd come in and
Never
man,
mind. This guy needs to die.
Yeah, man. He used to. I remember doing the same thing. We go over to his house and spend the night and like play games and shit. And I remember one night we were up too late and we were like getting loud as shit, playing like Metroid or some shit. And like
Nice.
he like comes storming in and shit and starts slamming my friend and shit. I'm like, damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is like way back in the day, man. And I was like, holy fuck. And I was worried I was gonna get fucking slammed against the wall too or some shit. But
Damn, that's fucked up.
yeah, it was some pretty crazy shit. So
That-
nonetheless, I never spent the night again after that.
Yeah. That's so crazy because I feel like my parents will be like, I'll be like, well, that, like, I mean, now that I'm older, I'll be like, well, that was a pretty shitty thing to do. And they'll be like, well, at least, like, when I was a kid, my dad used to hit me. I'm like, well, that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good thing to compare. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we should be better than that. You know what I mean? They're like, well, at least you got it good. I didn't hit you. I'm like, well, I mean, that's probably a good thing.
Hell yeah, man.
Mine's
Different times.
like
Different
fucking
times.
nothing. Let's go back and maybe like 15 years ago. Maybe I
You weren't born.
was in-
Dang.
Let's go back to when I was like maybe 7 or 8,
Mm.
right? And the new Call of Duty game came out, and so at the time this was the first game with Nazi zombies in it.
So fire.
So my buddy, he was also like 7 years old. He'd turn off all of the lights. We'd be up at like 10 p.m., which is super fucking late for like 7, 8. And he would terrorize the shit out of me while we played Call of Duty Nazi Zombies.
Did you think he was a Nazi?
He may have been a zombie. He may have been a zombie, but like with that, like we'd be gaming for maybe like 7 hours, and I'd just be like shitting my pants the entire time because like I was never a kid to watch like horror movies or
Yeah, fuck that.
or even like fucking adventure movies. I'm like, oh my god, this shit's terrifying. But my buddy's like, dude, you are going to love this. And because I couldn't be a pussy in and be like, no, dude. I fucking sat there, like, fought as hard as I could to watch all of it, play all of it, die 15 times over and over and over, like fucking bawling my eyes out. So that was kind of bad, but my ass didn't get beat. So
Yeah,
so,
that's like
pretty good.
that same friend that I had that threw his like iPod and broke the fucking mirror. He also he also lived in the middle of nowhere, and his front yard was like a fucking, like, when I tell you it was a hill, like, it was probably hard to like walk up, like, it was so steep.
Same.
And it ended in a
Man.
big ass ditch
Yeah.
that was like on the other side. It was like straight, so it was just a big like embankment. And we were probably like 12, you know what I mean, 13. And he had this old wagon that he like found in the wood. Like, this shit was rusty, like, it was all fucked up. And I was like, why the fuck do you have this? Like, this is insane. But he's like, dude, I got an idea. Let's build like, and it was missing a wheel, but he found a wheel. So he's like, let's put everything together and let's like make it like a car, like let's ride it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, right? So I was like, well, how are we
Because
gonna
it is.
stop? I was like, how are we gonna? And it's like a kid's wagon, you know. So we have to sit like back to back, and we're like hanging off of it. And I'm like, well, how do we stop? He's like, well, I'm gonna sit on the front, you sit on the back, and we made a. He basically gave me like a piece of PVC pipe that was like cut at an angle on one end, so it's just kind of like sharp on one end. He's like, when we need to slow down, just like dig it into the ground and we'll stop. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So we're sitting back to back. I'm like on the back of the wagon, like a little kid wagon that you pull, like facing,
Kids
you know,
are
the back.
fucking morons.
So we take off running, and like we hop in, and I mean, we are fucking flying. I mean, we are going so fast, and he's like, all right, brake. And I hit the thing in the ground, and we're going so fast, it just rips it out of my hand. So then I was like, well, fuck, what do I do? So I just jumped off the back and just started rolling down the hill. Like, what else are you going to do? And I mean, he fucking sent it straight into the ditch. I mean, the wheels came flying off the wagon. I thought he got like a concussion. He went flying fucking through the air. It was awesome. It was probably one of my like greatest childhood experiences of all time.
I got a concussion at a friend's house once on he had a big steep hill, and I was riding on a scooter, and I hit a rock just perfectly and flipped front forward over, and I was unconscious for a couple seconds. And then
Jesus.
I woke up, I opened my eyes, and he
Nice.
was like standing over me, looking at me and shit, and I had to lay
Was
down
he, like,
for
spinning?
the afternoon. Yeah, it was, I mean, it was blurry.
Yeah, that's how that's the only thing, like I got like a minor concussion when I was in like elementary school, and that's
Yeah.
what happened. I fucking hit my head, and I opened my eyes, and my friend was like, "Eew," spinning in fucking circles.
But his house was the coolest. What made me think of that originally was you talking about the big hill in the front yard, because his folks had a place like that in the back, just a massive
A fucking
downward
hill.
slope.
Yeah.
And they had this sick basement, man. It was his grandparents' house, and it was just like big screen TV down there. And this is when they had like the big box TVs, you know, before flat screens.
It was like a
They had,
plasma,
the
so it had
nicest-
like a big stand it sat on.
Yeah, and it made
Yeah.
this loud humming sound. But he had
Yeah.
like the nice like stereo system and an amp and guitars and Playboy
Yeah.
magazines and liquor.
He had the
and all that
Playboys.
shit.
Yeah.
Playboy
That's
magazines,
that's
The
big
whole
time.
deal.
Liquor.
It was the ultimate grandpa basement. And
It's big time.
Nice.
some memories in there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Mitch, do you want to do the next one?
What is the weirdest thing that you've ever put in your mouth? And by put in your mouth, I do mean, what is the weirdest thing you've eaten? And it better not be shit. Damn it.
Oh.
Or everyone's been watching that Jeffrey Dahmer
not-
shit, so it better not be humans either. For everybody going in here.
Probably horse meat,
You went to Taco Bell?
like a
Horse
like a
meat,
horse a horse like a fresh horse fillet, like off a farm.
That's insane to me that
Just
you actually ate
grilled it
that.
up.
Was it like greasy?
It wasn't very good. It was a little greasy. It wasn't very. It was lean, but
Yeah,
it was
very
like oddly. It just had a weird texture to it, and it was gamey, and it wasn't very good.
Why
That-
did they eat
that
the
is, like,
horse? Did they
such a
just did it die
weird
and they were
meat.
like, well, we're gonna
They
eat
sell it in Canada. It's legal to sell in Canada. The dude
That's
I know just brought it back over the
Canadians
border.
are cringe.
it? That's insane to me.
That's very
Yeah, they speak
cringe.
French, bro. Yeah, that's weird. Weirdos.
Bro, it's
They
so
chug
weird.
pints of maple syrup, bro.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
fucking
it's
weird,
weird.
man.
that's weird. I ate bull testicles one time. unbeknownst to me.
You eat those
Listen,
every night,
Listen,
Big
dude,
D.
listen. I was on
My
like
bull testicles.
I used to be like really religious, so I was on like this church trip in Honduras. Like doing like church work, building houses and stuff, and they like brought this shit up to me in a bowl, and it looked like steak, dead ass, like looked like steak. And I was like eating it. I was like, man, I mean, it didn't even taste that bad, to be honest. Like it tasted like steak, and I was sitting there eating it. I was like, man, this is kind of good. I was like, what the fuck is this? And they were like, yeah, it's bull testicle. It's like a delicacy. And I was like, and then it just kind of grew in my mouth as I was chewing on it. It just kind of grew, and then it didn't taste as good. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
Did or something else just grew and grew.
Yeah, it was the testicle.
It just
I mean,
grew.
yeah. So that's probably the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. It was like I said, man, it was decent. Didn't taste bad. But once I
It
knew what it
looks
was,
good
it
and it
tasted
tastes
worse.
good, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not
once
gonna freak out
once
after
you
I've
knew
ever
what it
eaten
was, it tasted worse. It was like one of them things where I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And
The
I knew it, and I was like,
psychological
"That's-"
things that fuck you
Yeah, I
up.
was like,
yeah.
"This is now it tastes like nasty."
So I've tasted penguin.
No, you have not.
Oh, that's
You lying
interesting.
to
It's
me.
probably oily as
What?
shit.
Yeah,
Is it?
but very. So it tastes like bad chicken. My sister, she played
serious?
professional soccer over in Iceland.
Damn.
So they've got a bunch of penguins over there. So I ate a whole ass penguin. I just ripped off.
Wait,
its
wait, wait,
wings.
wait.
I went,
Wait. But do they like farm them like we farm cows? Like, is it just a penguin
No.
farm and they're out there like
Maybe.
wringing their necks?
Maybe.
It sounds made up.
know.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, I don't believe that, bro. There's no way your sister
Wait,
plays
Wait.
hockey or football and
Where's the
not
evidence?
football, soccer, whatever it's
You
called.
know a
in
penguin.
Iceland.
Why don't y'all believe me?
Because one,
Why-
nobody
Sounds-
lives in
why
Iceland.
It
would
No one
sounds like
lives
a
in.
bit.
Yeah, no one lives in Iceland, and two, they don't eat penguins.
So now is when I post a bunch of pictures about
It's
me
just why you're
going and
obsessed with
visiting
penguins.
Iceland with my sister. No, fuck penguins. Penguins
I don't
are the
believe that.
worst.
I don't believe you had a sister in Iceland and you hung out with the Jonas brother when you were a kid.
Oh.
That's no way.
Hey,
it's
you're a
possible.
fraud.
Pictures.
Pictures or didn't happen.
Because I have pictures. I have pictures. Damn it.
I have
You-
Photoshop
you-
too, but I'm just saying.
Then I can't prove anything, man.
It's true. This
It's
is
true.
Web 3, bro.
That's true. You could prove it if
You
you
can prove
send-
anything
if
with you can prove anything with Photoshop.
Yeah, or if you send me
Or
your
with-
clay, I'll believe you. Thank you.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy. I'm gonna make that guy my PFP. I'm gonna find it and make that my PFP. Like people think I own it and it's mine.
Do
That's
it,
pretty
man.
sick clay. You got
Yeah.
the hoodie.
Thank you.
I like it.
Bought it for like 1,400, and it has hair like me. So. it's
1400
not
when,
bad.
when Ada was what?
$2.
See, it's very subjective, right?
Most of that Cardano I bought for like maybe $1, maybe $1.30.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I sometimes I like lay in
That's
bed
not
and I think
terrible.
about all the NFTs I bought when Cardano was like
yeah,
a buck $50, $1.60, and I'm like, man,
bro,
that hurts my feelings.
bro, I bought so many DCCs for fucking 300
Oh,
back
man.
back when Cardano was $2, and it's not like I don't believe in a jack in them, but holy
Jacking them.
shit for 300.
I don't even think I have a DC. I have 2 3D
But
units, but I don't
we
have a DCC.
we kind of got off topic, guys. I think we did.
Yeah, wait. We were talking. Hemi has an answer. What's the weirdest thing he's ever eaten?
To be honest, I don't know. I've been all over the damn world, so
world
cool
travel.
story though is I was once in Guam and
Lying. He's never been there.
I can Photoshop anything I say, so it's all good. At one point in my life, I was in Guam, and so we used to spend some late nights in some pretty spicy places, and we used to come out, and there used to be this little kebab stand right outside this spicy place, and nonetheless,
Spicy place.
a spicy place.
You can tell us what type of area.
It's spicy, bro.
It's
It's
spicy.
very
How is
spicy,
spicy?
and it stays
How is
open late.
spicy?
And it stayed open late.
And sometimes, you know,
Bar?
you sometimes
Clubs?
you're part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta play the part.
Whorehouses?
No. We're not talking that
How
kind of
is
spicy.
spicy?
But we're talking
now I
spicy.
Like a CNFT con a late night.
Late
Type
night, you want to be a
spice.
Viking. You're kind of half dressed, kind of thing. Yeah, that's what we're going with. It's kind of spicy.
Okay.
But I came out of there one night, and they used to have this little like a kebab place. It was like so good. I don't know. They had like some kind of like sauce on this like kebab thing, and it was really good. And I didn't know what the fuck it was, right? But it was really late at night, and you had a lot of people come over from like Japan and stuff, right? And some of the other closer islands there next to Guam. And I remember one night I was eating like a whole shit ton of them and shit, and then like fucking rats were like running out from underneath the stand and shit. And so we used to call it the rat kebab. Nonetheless, is where it's got its name.
no.
But
Oh shit.
so. And at the time, I didn't give a fuck because I was hammered, and that's all that mattered. But nonetheless,
Right.
I've been to some places. I've been to
Respect.
some places in Turkey too that were kind of sus. If you want to go there, but
We know a lot about sus.
Well, I'm not sure if you watched the last episode, but was it that type of sus or?
no, not that type of sus. But I'm talking
Ah,
about
fair,
what we're
fair.
eating type of sus. Yeah. But yeah, there's some interesting places. So who knows, to be honest. But I've had some different things, crocodile and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of different things. But
Crocodile is really gross. I've had like well, not crocodile. I've had
Yeah.
alligator, and it literally took me like 10 minutes to chew it. It was like fucking. It was like eating like a
love
piece
alligator.
of like
rubber and
hubba
shit. Yeah.
bubba. Yeah, it was super
Oh, it's so
rubbery.
good though.
I don't know. I think it just depends on how like you season it though. Like I think it's. I don't know. I
It's
feel
like you ever
it's
had
really-
Now and Later,
it's-
the candy?
Yeah.
It's like Now and Later.
Yeah, before my dad
of
got a bunch of
fried
like
bite
fake,
meats.
a bunch of fake teeth, and that was my dad's favorite candy. And I'm like, why the fuck are you eating this? It's just, like literally like I'm chewing on your Michelin tire outside. Like this is terrible. And like some,
Yeah,
you know, and every time
that's
I've ever had like tried to eat it Now and Later, I can't get all the paper off, so I just eat a little bit of the paper because like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You gotta eat
Yeah,
it.
Fuck it.
that's the
That's-
struggle.
Builds character.
Yeah, yeah, it builds character. I mean, I don't know. Now and Later, the worst candy of all time is fucking dots. Dots are the worst. Dots
Oh
are-
yeah, those things suck.
Dots, they taste like packing
it's-
peanuts. They fucking
not
are
good.
awful. I hate dots.
Well, there's a candy that's shaped like a peanut and it tastes like packing peanuts.
Yeah,
It's even
that
worse.
fucking-
What was that one?
But I think
The
I don't
little
know. It's
circus
like the
peanut
circus
ones.
peanuts. Yeah, yeah.
those are
But I
fucking
think
terrible.
Dots is the worst candy, and then the worst chocolate is Almond Joy. If anyone enjoys eating an Almond Joy, I'm unfollowing you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with your candy opinions are pretty good. I got no
Yeah, yeah.
problems
You know,
with
dude, I've had a
We
lot
get-
of
we get into
cavities.
dipping
I've had a lot of.
sauces.
Yeah, I've had a lot of. Whoa,
then we're gonna have some
whoa.
problems. But
Whoa, are we talking about ranch?
candy-
Because ranch is
Don't
probably the
bring
best
ranch
dipping
up in
sauce
front
of
of
all
me.
time. Ranch is literally the like you can eat it on carrots, on fucking chicken,
Mayo.
on a salad,
Mayo.
on,
Mayo.
on French fries. You're eating mayo
Mayo.
on
French
French
is
fries.
a bunch of vegetables. He's just eating vegetables over here.
French fries are
Yoy,
vegetable.
mate. Yoy, mate.
Chicken's a vegetable. I'm tripping. There's
Mayo.
no. Mitchie's blue cheese, and there's no shot I'm taking any opinion from anyone that chooses blue cheese over ranch. No shot.
Ranch,
No shot.
ranch or
At the
blue
wings, yeah.
cheese, guys.
No comparison.
Blue
Love a good blue cheese
is-
dressing.
Dude, there's
I don't pick either. I just go
What-
with the.
Him eats ketchup.
Boring
Sauce.
dry wings. You
Hell
put
no, they gotta be
ketchup on
spicy, man.
wings?
Did you hear the
You
part
put
about the spiciness?
Ketchup on the
Yeah.
wings?
No, he doesn't.
No.
But
It's
I
gotta be
did.
spicy,
I
man.
did do a poll like a couple of weeks ago or months ago on Twitter and like about best dipping sauces, and Koof told me that ketchup was gonna win, and it fucking won. To my surprise, people eat fucking ketchup, which is weird.
On
But-
everything,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
Ketchup.
The
okay,
question
listen.
was, what would you eat by itself, right?
Yeah. The
Ketchup
question
on
was whether.
salad.
Yeah, no. The question was,
on
if you had to eat,
wings?
if you had
Yeah.
to eat a condiment by itself, it was ketchup, mustard, ranch, or barbecue sauce, or something else. I don't know what the fuck it was. But
Blue
people,
cheese.
Mayo.
people,
It was mayo, and,
It was
and
mayo.
the correct answer was mayo.
no, mayo is disturbingly gross.
Mayo's the best
Why?
one by itself. It's got the most
Mayo's
complex flavor.
There's no shot. There's no shot that you're saying
That's-
mayo tastes better than
There's-
ranch. I just
You're
can't believe
eating a
this.
condiment by itself. What are you looking for a shot for? I mean, you're already like at the bottom of the barrel if you're just eating the condiment straight. Might as well be like
if you're just shooting
good
shots of
old home
condiments,
plain
I mean,
marrow
shit.
mayo. A little bit of
I don't
whipped
know.
egg and olive oil. I mean, that's classic.
Dude, I just can't. I just don't like mayo in general. Like, I won't eat it on anything. But
None
I
of
love
my chicken nuggets.
but ketchup
None of my
won.
cheese pizza.
But like, hear this out. Hear me out. Ketchup won. Who eats fucking ketchup?
Me?
I eat ketchup on a hot dog, and that is literally I put
Yeah.
ketchup and mustard on a hot dog, and that is literally it. I
That's-
don't know what else
that's-
people eat ketchup on.
That is a bad opinion. Maybe on a burger.
On a
Maybe
burger?
on like French fries. That's
Hemi,
where-
help me out. Hemi, you're putting
But
ketchup
you don't
on a
put
French
ketchup
fry.
on a goddamn hot dog.
Hemi,
Yeah, I do ketchup on hot dog.
ketchup on hot dog,
Don't
but that's
put
about it.
ketchup on a fucking hot dog. What the
Mitch
fuck?
is putting sauerkraut.
I
on that
put
bitch.
mustard and ketchup. I can do
Yeah.
either one.
Yeah, it's mustard
So-
ketchup combo.
Guys,
Facts.
today I had 2 hot dogs, and maybe it's because I live in Texas, but what I did,
That's a terrible leading
was
statement.
I
Whatever he's
put
about to say is going to be
queso
really
on it.
stupid.
I put pico de gallo on it,
Yeah, fucking
and then I
delete.
put jalapenos on it because I live in Texas, and Big T is racist.
I'm racist to Texans. That's fair. That's a fair. That's a fair thing.
So I said queso and pico, and you're like, delete that, man.
Wait, Hemi, what state are you in?
I live in Virginia,
Oh,
just
hey,
outside
we're,
DC.
we're neighbors. We're neighbors.
We are, yeah.
Let's go. Let's
That's
go.
what's
up.
Dude, Virginia is
My,
an elite state.
But
Virginia's
my
cool.
point of that is that these hot dogs are so good. So for you to be putting ketchup on it just bores out the flavor.
There's no
Fair.
way. There's no
It
way.
depends. Like, what kind of hot dog are you talking about? We're talking like ballpark hot dogs. You guys
Yes.
like ballpark hot dogs?
Are you doing
Yes.
red hot dogs? Because if you're from the Carolinas, we eat red hot dogs, and that shit is gross. I'm not eating a red hot dog. If anyone wants to
Yeah,
know,
red hot
that
dogs
shit's
are pretty
dirty.
fucking
I'm
nasty.
eating like a
My-
ballpark Frank.
Big T, you are about to be so proud of me. But
I'm
these
not.
days, I don't just eat fucking quesadillas all day, every day. But
Dude.
what I do is I go to Costco, buy $1.50 hot dog.
You're
Tastes
braving
fucking
Costco
fantastic.
just to get a hot dog, dude. Going into Costco is like a fucking feat. There's no way you're going into Costco just to get a hot dog. That concerns me.
Yep,
That concerns me.
yep.
But also-
so I go in there, get a hot dog. Costs $1.50.
I mean, you live in Texas, man. They have like heart attack, like every kind of like vendor out there's have like some kind of heart attack meal in a sandwich. It's
Yeah.
like triple ribs
But-
and shit, or some crazy shit.
But most of them cost like $10. Costco hot dog cost
Mitch is looking for
$1.50.
something that fills his stomach for like
$1.50.
quarters.
Yeah.
How many hot dogs do you get then?
So
Yeah,
I
how
get
many
a single
glizzies?
hot dog and
You get a
then
single.
buy-
You wait in that
buy
long ass line
one.
for a single hot dog.
Those-
You're
those
braving
dogs
are-
Costco
like
for
two or
a
three.
$1.50
They are
Costco hot
huge.
dog.
They are huge.
They are,
are
but
that
there's no
big.
way I'm going in.
That
I can
big.
go into Taco Bell line and get a $1 taco and wait in the drive-thru and not have to wait near as long as you have to wait.
No, wrong. So I timed it because I knew you're a doomer and would say this.
You knew
So
I
I
was comment
timed
on your
it.
hot dog.
So I timed it, and it took a minute and a half to walk in there on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, get a fucking hot dog.
There's no shot.
Put mustard, put relish on it.
No.
In
Life
Dallas,
is fucking
too?
good, man. Yes.
And then every time I went to Costco in Austin, it was packed at that.
Dude, he's
at that
lying.
line for
There's
hot
no,
dogs.
next time you go, I want a video
There's so many
posted
people
on
in there.
Twitter of you walking, and I will fucking count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. I will fucking count and see how long it takes because there's no shot. There's no shot. I'm calling. You're
So you
lying.
started, but this is where you learn about Photoshop, and you just Photoshop it and make it true.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
You gotta do like the wild cards Photoshop where they have the little fucking, there's people everywhere and they got their little face on some random person out there. That's cool. You gotta learn how to do that.
That's right.
y'all don't remember me during the meme war leading the
Maybe there's a
DCC
reason.
charge.
Maybe,
Exactly.
maybe there's a reason.
I was there.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
but Mitch's diet is kind of crazy. I was on a voice chat with him one morning. He had his fucking camera on, and this man is in his kitchen, no shirt. It's like noon. Just woke up, and he's making a G Fuel like energy drink and making a quesadilla for breakfast. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
But I've moved
That's your
up.
Degen.
But I've
good.
moved up because my mom kept on being like, "You need to do the dishes," and I'm like, "Not gonna do the dishes." So
Wait till
so
you live in
now-
your own
now
house
I
and the
go to-
dishes just don't get done.
So now I go to Costco, get a $1.50 hot dog, then I'm hungry by like 2 p.m. Life is good.
So it's a snack.
You ever go to the? I know you got some good like Mexican food trucks out there and stuff. I mean, you can get like a $3 burrito that it's like 2 meals.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
but
tons of good deals out there.
but those are far.
Over
Far.
We were
at
just talking about how
Costco.
cool it was where you
Yeah.
lived.
Yeah. Because it is cool, but those Mexican food trucks tend to be in either the super populated areas or the type of areas you don't want to be. Which,
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't want to be in either of those areas because then you have to park, you have to do all that. But let's move on, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Next.
the next question is, what is one invention that would change the world?
You talking about like existing, or like are we coming up with some invention?
We are coming up with something brand new on the
Like us
10th
four?
episode
Like
of
we're
the
gonna come-
Degen Report.
We are coming up with something. Us four, these minds together, are gonna create
We
a
could.
sauce that's gonna fucking knock people's shoes off, right?
So it could be a sauce, or we could make an entirely new system that makes tying your shoes much easier. You pick, man.
Or how about a time machine to get rid of the person that created shoes and shoelaces?
Ooh. But then while we are at it, we also go back in time and take care of Thomas Edison, and we make it to where electricity doesn't need this super long cord,
That's right.
Why would you do?
right?
How would you do
Or
that?
we
Doesn't
go-
matter
Interesting.
how.
That's interesting.
Doesn't matter how. We just
Is
need
this
to
man
do
really
it.
talking about
So-
Edison? What the fuck?
Yeah,
We're-
he's talking
no,
about-
right now
he's
we're
talking about
traveling through
changing
time
the
apparently.
nature of how electricity works to make electricity more convenient for everyone.
Yeah,
Listen,
because
listen,
it needs to be.
listen. If we are doing any
I-
kind of invention,
Good.
it needs to be some sort of flying supersonic vehicle to get you from point A to point B at the most extreme amount of time possible.
Does it travel through time?
Fuck. I don't think so. I don't think we travel through time.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Because like I just
We-
don't want to.
we
Like I
know
feel like
that-
everybody deals with some bullshit. Like every year, I want to fucking deal with other shit that I didn't have to deal with. Like what am I gonna do? Go back to
But-
World War II? Like this is
What if you
fucking
could go back
sick,
and
dude.
change something?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't feel like one man can change the world.
You don't have a house in the
But-
future, that's for sure, or the past.
One man
Heck, I get to.
with as much knowledge as we do now could possibly change the future.
Weren't you eating
don't
penguins?
believe in that?
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
You could go back in
And
time and
they-
stop people from ever eating penguins.
No.
I know, right?
No, I'd
Let's
fucking
not relive
bring
that again.
penguins- bring penguins to the U.S., everybody eats all the penguins. They all die out.
Listen.
Bring some penguin meat to CNFT.
There's a lot. That's true. You could pack it up, freezer bag it. There's a lot of things that like we could invent, but there's kind of another topic that's way down the line. But I'm gonna pull it up to this question, which is what is the most useless item in the world? And I think that these things kind of go in tandem, right? Because I think the most useless item in the world is fucking trash bags. Tell me how I pay for something to then throw it away. Does this make sense to anybody else? I am buying a bag to put shit in to then throw it out. So I get no. What kind of shit is this? So I would invent a system that crushed your own trash so you didn't have to fucking buy trash bags. That's my idea.
So the invention is coupled with also a useless item.
Yes, but right because I'm taking my
I just
hatred.
want to make sure I got the rules right.
I'm
I
taking
had
my
an invention, but I didn't.
I'm taking my hatred for trash bags and I am turning it into a productive thing where I invent something where we don't need to have trash bags because it is dumb that I have to throw away money.
Those already exist.
But then you need a trash crusher repairman to come and fix your trash crusher.
And that's me. No, or that's AI once it takes over the world.
Good point.
See, look, I'm stringing them along. See, now you're getting there. Now you guys are getting there.
Can't argue.
So have you ever worked fast food in your life?
Absolutely not. No, sir. I don't like people.
So during these jobs, if you do work back in the kitchen at all, then
what's the place in Texas? Whataburger? That place is fire. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I love Whataburger.
I live in North Carolina. We have cookout and Bojangles. Bro, Bojangles is heat.
But
yeah, Bojangles is good.
We have Bojangles over here. But
I remember when Cookout did those like $3.50 deals on like a whole lunch meal with the chicken wrap. Oh, that's slayed.
But
anyway,
back when I worked at Chick-fil-A, there were these machines that would crush the cardboard all together. Then there were these machines that would crush all the garbage together. So your idea is to make a compactor, even though these already exist?
Listen, it is a household one that is like the size of a trash can that's in your kitchen, but it compacts your trash so you don't have to use a bag.
But then you didn't need a compactor. So this is something that would cost a shit ton of money also.
How? It's a fucking compactor. I can squish it with my feet if I wanted to.
Then do that.
I'm not arguing this.
Dumbass.
Just become a trash squisher. Like, go to this house.
It'd be hard to be a trash squisher.
Crush their shit, yeah. That's a real invention.
You could just get 2 garbage cans and be fine.
I don't like your thought process.
But my thing is, let me make something that makes it where I only have to brush my teeth once a month.
Okay.
That's fair. Wait, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys drink coffee in the morning?
No.
Oh yeah, I have like a lot of coffee
Hemi?
sometimes in the day.
Yeah, I'm a big coffee drinker.
Yeah. So am I. So do you listen? This is for all the coffee drinkers out there. Do you brush teeth and then coffee, or coffee then brush teeth?
Coffee then brush teeth.
Oh yeah. Okay. Facts. Okay. I'll make sure I'm the only one. I'm coffee brush teeth every time.
I like brushing my teeth and then drinking coffee.
Wow.
I like it. It's
wow,
dope.
you heard it here first.
Why?
Hecka loves mint coffee.
It tastes fine to me. Yeah, it tastes like maybe it's the brand of coffee I get. It tastes good.
Ooh. What is the brand of coffee?
Usually chock full of nuts. That's what I get.
Chock full of.
Which I don't know.
Dude,
if
I'm
it's
just
a
getting
local
any
brand
like
or
breakfast blend. Folgers.
It's just a big old yellow container.
Don't get Folgers.
No, Folgers.
Hey,
is
that's the
ass.
best part of waking up. Folgers in your cup.
I'm not a coffee snob, but you gotta have some standards.
I have no
You just
standards.
Bro, I'm 24 years old. I'm just trying to wake up and not feel like shit. So I'm just drinking whatever I got. You know what I mean? What the fuck what else I got to do? I got to hop on. Exactly, bro. I got to hop on sales calls at 9 a.m. Like, it's rough out here. I got to drink something.
But don't you think your mornings could be better if you drank something good rather than going and getting tapas for the 30th
I
time
love
this
tapas, dude.
month.
Fuck, I love tapas. No, I'm.
Big.
I have this approach. To where like I think a lot of people are like full of shit when they're like, I wake up. You know what makes me feel like accomplished and great? You know, I wake up fucking 4 a.m. I go for a run. I read 100 pages of my book. Like I meditate. I do this and that, bro. I make my bed. Like that's one of the biggest horseshit lies in all of the world. Is like making your bed makes you feel like you're starting your day with a purpose. No one doesn't, bro. It doesn't do anything. Like, I swear, I wake up. I'm supposed to start work at 8. I wake up at 8:15. I roll out of bed. I walk up and get a coffee. Get my computer. Go sit in my office. And that's it, bro. I think that people are like, I wake up at 5 a.m. and start my day. I just don't feel like that's like makes a meaningful difference in your life. That's my take.
Yeah, me and him are both early risers. I know. But
What do you guys think?
it's-
Well,
Yeah,
from early
same.
risers yourself, what do you guys think? Do you think it makes like a beneficial impact on your day?
it does, yeah. So getting started early definitely does, but people definitely idealize it.
Yeah, I think like for me, I like to get a lot of shit done first thing in the morning and be done with majority of my day before most people even get started. But yeah, that's just me. But rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Like whatever works. I mean, if you have like my opinion, right? Like it doesn't matter what time of day you work up. I mean, if you're constantly moving and getting shit done, it really doesn't matter, to be honest. But just depends. Depends what you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Really, in life. So.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like what Hecka said. I mean, people really do like idolize it, bro. You scroll through TikTok, bro. Every fifth video, dude's like, if you just wake up at 4 a.m., you'll feel so much better in your life. Not a shot. I love to sleep.
Yeah.
I love to sleep.
But I'm sure there's some science to support, like, sleeping when it's dark and being up when it's light. As soon as
I
the
just
sun
think that
comes
it's
up.
like I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
some
it's
biological
maybe it's from like my screen exposure. I just have like so much time like looking at computers and looking at my phone all day. I feel like it takes me like a really long time to go to sleep because I'm always staring at screens all day. So I don't know.
Yeah, that blue light messes up tells your brain to not go to sleep. So if you're looking at a screen, it's gonna.
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
do
That's 7.5 hours of screen time on my phone every day. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
7
happens.
hours isn't bad though.
I mean, but I
Yeah,
also
it's not
work
too
from
bad.
home. I also work from home every day and stare at 4 computer
Yeah.
monitors on top of looking at my phone for 7 hours a day. So it's probably not that great.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Let's move on to the next thing, guys. What is an insult you've received that you are proud of?
These are all great questions.
Hey, thank you. I'm the topic man. Thank you.
Only the best over here coming from me.
I'm trying to think. I love to make
Hey.
the topics because then I don't actually like think of an answer for them until like the podcast. So now I'm trying to think.
Let me go first.
Yeah, you go first.
So, talking the way I do, there's always going to be people that look down on you. But whenever they did and that they said something like, today, Junior, well, that's just another thing that sets me apart in this world where we kind of put those people that are different ahead of other people. So by them making fun of me, it's more so like this is something that makes me different than everybody else because he just looks like the same blonde douchebag that everybody else in my high school fucking looked like. So I'm like, at least I have something that separates me from everybody else. Meanwhile, the only thing that makes you the same is that you smoke weed and do cocaine.
You do the weeds. Whoa.
All right.
She's
Google that shit.
Like, you better not be doing those cocaines anymore. And I'm like, Siri, I swear, not anymore. Don't send me back.
Fuck. I don't even know.
I feel like a more like lighthearted answer would probably be like just getting called hacker. in an online video game, because that's happened to me before. I'm definitely proud of that. It's always
That's
nice.
That's a
when
good
they keep
answer.
bragging.
That's a really good answer.
But I had kids like, I've experienced bullying in school too. I had kids that just like would throw shit or hit shit for no reason, or just try to prove they're stronger or whatever, and get violent, and nothing like crazy, but it's just it does, it definitely makes you who you are. And definitely in that moment too was like just glad I wasn't like that,
Yeah.
For
There's-
sure.
even then understood that.
There's so many roads you could have gone down where you could have gotten sad, you could have gotten mad, but you knew you'd be better off than them. Because karma would catch up, and if you just keep on doing what you're doing, then you will be fine. Hemi?
Oh, there's a lot of good ones. You guys had a lot of good ones. I think mine was someone thought I was on steroids, which was funny.
Damn, buddy, nice.
was
Nobody's
way back in
ever
the day.
thought that of me. Crazy.
Mitch, you look
No,
like
back when I used to be in the military, I used to lift really heavy and stuff, and I was like really disciplined, and people thought I was on roids. I remember going in Walmart one day and shopping and shit, and the people behind me were like, "Yeah, he's got to be on roids." And I was like, "No, dude, no." I was like, "I wish." I was like, "I'm not even that big."
Did you listen to the last episode?
I did, yeah.
Then you heard whenever your buddy was talking about
your buddies.
how you'd
Yes,
beat
dude.
the shit out of any zombie that came up to you. Do you think that you could beat up a bunch of zombies in both hand-to-hand combat, and then also when it came to like firearms?
I can run pretty good, so I would go with that first, and then I get that breakaway speed, and then shoot some zombies from that point. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, you're
But
on your Viva run.
Do you think anybody else in the wild cards would beat you when it comes to that?
Hot take.
Yeah, I think some people could. I ain't what I used to be. I'm older now, so and a couple of injuries in between. So, but nonetheless, I'm just a frame of what I used to be. So, I think there's a lot of I don't know, man. There's a lot of athletic wild cards. I don't know, man. I have to see.
You've seen D
And
play.
they're all
That
fucking
PFP.
wild too.
They're wild, right? And you get a couple of
They're
drinks in them, then
crazy.
I bet you any wild card thing they do just about anything. So
Vegas is going to
definitely all bash
be
some
a
zombies.
blast.
I know. I'm literally
yeah.
I'm literally logging off of Twitter all weekend this coming weekend because I'm not trying to see everybody having fun in Vegas, and I'm not fucking there, dude. I'm not fucking looking. I won't look.
But something I'm looking forward to is a week after we are coming back, and we are talking about all of the wild shit that you
yeah.
wild cards get up to.
that's gonna be a good show.
Yeah,
It's
I'm excited.
gonna
Yeah,
be
I'm
fantastic.
definitely tuning into the wild card show the week after CNFTCon. It's gonna be so fun.
We're during CNFTCon on Friday. I would expect something. I don't know what Stevie has cooked up, but there's going to be some.
I'll
kind
definitely
of,
be tuning in if you are doing something.
I don't know if it's going to be a recording or a broadcast or what, but yeah, you'll hear from one of us on Twitter. But
So
Alright.
I may or
Sounds
may
good.
not be there.
oh,
But-
Beware.
it's up in the air still
No, I'll
for
be
the
there,
recording or
but-
CNFTCon. Okay, I was going to say if you don't make it to CNFTCon, then I'll hold that
So I
against you
may or
forever.
may not be there, but if I am there, which I'm going to be there,
You got to be
then
there
I
with
definitely
Fairy Godmother.
will be there.
I mean, come on.
She
She's
needs
waiting
me.
on you.
She,
Yeah, she
needs me,
you.
guys. She needs me bad.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I would-
Jesus.
Am I the
That's
only
going to
one
be a
that's-
great time.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for next year. I hope they don't move it to fucking like
Poor
London.
Big T.
Bro, I'm saying, bro, like
And-
I gotta get married soon, so I can't. Ain't no way I can go.
Dude, next year we should be in a more bull market, meaning more people in Cardano. So maybe we might be making money in here. So if that's the case, or if advertisements come in, then
Yeah.
maybe we will
Apple's
be able
sending me.
to
Yeah,
get
Apple's gonna send me.
Please DM me a JPEG or chilled Kongs or anybody that will give me anything at all.
Any
We're
rugs?
desperate. Rugs?
Yeah.
Shit up the Lazy Lions, Lion Legends. Which one was
Oh,
the one?
that's Mitch's favorite.
Might work. They hit a soft spot.
Yeah, you hit a heartstring right there. That
It's gonna
hurt him.
blow up, I swear, damn it.
It's going.
It's gonna blow up. My favorite Cardano influencer posted something about it, so it has to do good. Damn it.
I saw they were giving away Formula One tickets or something, man. It's really good.
Oh, you're about to moon, Mitch. You're about to be in the money.
We're going to the goddamn moon, baby. We're going to Mars, damn it.
After you bought the
No.
top.
I bought 500 ADA worth of them for 100 ADA each. That was the top, though. So.
That could
No
be worse.
worries.
It's okay.
I spent
It's okay. I
a
mentioned
couple thousand ADA on Mad Dogs at the top.
Oh,
See?
fuck.
See?
That hurts.
Probably worse than that.
That hurts. And then they came out with their GTA 5 fucking gameplay.
Bro,
It's
bro,
the next
I
Boss
fucking
Cats, bro. I thought
ruined
it was gonna
you,
be-
man.
Could have
Dude,
had
that,
the next Boss Cats on our hands.
dude, that shit is crazy to me. I didn't even think about Boss Cats for the longest time, and I looked at their, I pulled it up on JPG literally like on maybe Monday, or no, not Monday, maybe Sunday or Saturday, and I was like, what the fuck? I was looking at it, I was like, Jesus Christ. Mitch called it. Mitch was talking about
They're just the floor prices.
Yeah, just like the floor prices. It's just like, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
like
it's been
we
rough.
talked about that in literally like the pilot episode of the podcast. Mitch was talking about BRC Boss Cat, and it was just crazy. Like at the beginning of this year, you would have considered like Boss Cat, Chilled Kongs, and Clay like up at the top 3, and then Boss Cat just like fucking slid. I mean, Kongs has too, but Boss Cat more so.
So I'm looking at it now. It's got a 713 floor, but let's go back a couple months. That shit was at like $3,000.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
that's
Crazy.
not a
It's-
good look.
A couple projects at $3,000 right now. You never know. 6
That's
months
right.
from now, let's see what happens to them.
That's right.
Meanwhile, my bags are just going to blow up.
That's
Right,
right.
guys.
Universe to the moon.
Because I'm an influencer. Damn it.
Influencer.
That's
No,
right.
I'm not.
Okay. All right, guys. Moving
Keith?
on. Wait. Oh, did I give did I give my insult yet? I'm drunk. Fuck.
What's going on?
I would say when people used to call me like, dude. So when I was in high school, I used to play in like online like Call of Duty tournaments, shit like that. When I was actually like, our team was really good. We in all of the NA teams, so like all the North America teams, we played like 4v4 search and destroy, and out of like the 250,000 like registered teams on the platform, our team was like 72nd. So you know we did pretty good. We were like 64-3 at one point. You know we were cooking them.
Lies.
But I say that kind of like turned on its head because I feel like being like a nerdy kid growing up kind of like led me into crypto, which I feel like, you know, we're all really early, so I feel like I'll reap the benefits of being a nerdy kid, you know, whenever we're out of this fucking shithole market. So
Yeah, when Hemi was talking about his intro to crypto, it reminded me of the guy who got me into crypto because he did a lot of the same Ethereum mining shit. But if I had not been just like randomly playing games all night with this dude and he'd just like talk about crypto just offhand so many times, I would have never gotten into this space, never heard about Cardano, and Cardano was what got me into this space. But that just came out of like playing Rocket League with the dude. Like
Rocket League
every
is I will
weekend
go
for,
to my grave saying Rocket League is one of the top 3 hardest games I've ever played in my life.
That's not that hard. You just got used to it.
Dude,
Big
it's,
T is just a noob.
bro, but play
Just
me
put
in
like
any
200
play
or
me in any
300
Just
hours
a
into
garbage
it.
Yeah, play me in any first-person
Garbage
shooter.
game
I'm
earlier.
cooking on anybody in an FPS.
So when are you gonna get Overwatch too, Big T.
I need to build a PC, but I can't afford a wedding and build a PC.
Don't you have an Xbox One?
Yeah, I have like the OG one. It sounds like an airplane engine when I crank her up.
Dude, you can get Overwatch 2 on that. You,
No.
me, Hecka.
Oh wait, Hecka
Why?
plays, then I'll play. Yeah, if it's Hecka too, I'm
What
not playing with
the
Hecka.
fuck?
Yeah, all right, I'll play. I'll play. I'm down. But anyways, moving on. We're gonna start winding it down here shortly. All right, here we go. What is a take you wouldn't share on Twitter because you think people would like get up in arms for it, or cancel you, or like call you names for a take that you have, but you wouldn't post it on Twitter?
To be fair, this podcast I am like very vocal, very edgy sometimes, as some people may say, but because of that, there's not many takes that I have outside of this podcast that I wouldn't tell the 200 people that tune in every episode. Right? There's not many topics I'd like not want to talk about. And like the last episode, we talked about something edgy. And then we did see backlash because of that, which does make sense. But that's kind of as far as I'd push the button. Right? So
Listen.
if you are kind of confused on that topic, go listen to last episode. It's a fantastic episode. But
With
we
another
talked
wild
about
card.
Something with a very, very wild card. So anything other than that, like, I'm not racist, I'm not homophobic, but then again, if that's something a racist or a homophobic.
It's always good when you throw in "I'm not racist."
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys.
Listen. On a
Gotta
lighter,
cover all topics
on a
here,
lighter
come on.
note, I already posted something on Twitter that everyone was coming at my neck for, which is, as a man, it is better to sit and pee than stand and pee. I will die on that hill. I will go to my grave saying that
Nobody cares.
sitting to pee is elite, and I will say that until the end of my days. Thank you.
Do you think somebody would? Do you think somebody would cancel you over this though?
No, but a lot of people were arguing.
You
with
said people
me.
were coming after you on Twitter.
People were like,
nobody was.
they weren't like coming after me, but they were like,
sliding in his DMs, sending him
no,
death
no.
threats.
People were like, yeah, this ain't it, or like shit like that. Like everyone was saying, my comment was kind of wild. But bro, I'm telling you, sitting to pee is elite, and that is what I will go down on.
There's a reason why a female sit to pee.
Listen,
Maybe because it's easier.
It's been proven to
maybe
be
because
Twitter.
it's comfortable.
Yeah, we'll take this to Twitter. We'll do a poll, but I'm just telling you, studies show it's more hygienic. You get to get off your feet for a second, check Twitter for 30 seconds.
Guys,
I'm
He's done his
fucking
research. Oh shit.
Yeah.
sometimes
I've seen studies. I've seen studies.
Damn.
Sometimes I even go as far as sitting to poop.
Mitch, that Smirnoff
Edgy.
bottle's looking a little light.
It's edgy, bro.
Call me crazy, but sometimes it's just easier to sit and poop.
Yeah, I mean,
I've tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried it.
Yeah,
It
I've
works.
been there.
It
I've been
works.
there.
But
I'm more of a squatter, but to each their own.
Water, that's what I'm talking about.
but
We got-
the
Dude, that I worked at a restaurant with people who had immigrated to the United States a few years earlier, and they were the coolest people ever. But one of the things that surprised us, just we didn't understand at all, was in the employee bathroom, there was always shoe marks on the toilet seat because they would get up on the toilet seat. and
Stop it. You're lying to me.
Yep.
Um,
You need to go
Sweetest
to
guys
Turkey sometime.
I've ever worked with, man, but it was just like, man, why is there shoe marks on the toilet seat?
Dude, that's actually crazy.
It was a
Oh,
crazy
wait.
place. We worked with a lot of different people, different nationalities. It was like a Greek restaurant. People from like Democratic Republic of Congo and South
Greek
Africa,
is fantastic.
and Thailand, and all that stuff had come to work there. So it was a crazy place to work.
Do you guys have a kava? where you live?
Yes.
Yeah,
do.
Kava?
kava. I had kava
And it
one
is
time when I was
fucking wonderful.
when I was in college. When there was like a little kava bar, it were like next to my university. It was the only time I've ever had kava, and it made me feel super weird. So I never drank it again.
No, you need to go again.
It made my
The-
tongue like fall asleep, and I felt like really sleepy. And I was like, "This is weird, bro. I'm not drinking this
Bro,
shit no more, bro."
You are the same guy that can't go eat a burrito because it's too spicy. But my thing is my parents, they've been dieting for like 2 years, so they eat very healthy, and Greek food is very 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 healthy, so they eat Greek food. And oh my god, compared to most other like Greek like salad bars, pita bars, kava is so fucking good because it's like, so it is everything good about Chipotle, but it's healthy food because
Wait.
it's like Greek food.
Are you talking about kava like the restaurant?
Yeah.
I looked it up and some kratom thing came
I'm
up. Were you
thinking
talking
of
about kratom?
kratom. Like, okay, so kava is
No.
like kratom. It's like a root that's crushed up and mixed into a drink, and it's almost like
No.
a mix between like CBD and THC. So it gives you like a really like you get really like
Y'all are
foggy in your
fucking
head, but
idiots.
your mouth is like tingly, like you can't feel it. Dude, that's
Guys,
what I
look-
thought you were talking about.
Look
Freebirds is my shit though. Have you ever been to Freebirds?
Look up
Freebirds,
CAVA.
No, I'm thinking of kava the
And-
drink.
Look up CAVA because it is a Mediterranean culinary brand with a flavorful and healthy, fast, casual restaurant experience. So it's got like pitas that's kind of like Chipotle, but it's packed with like super good food for you, and it's so fucking good. Sorry.
Yeah, I love Mediterranean food. So much of it is good for you, and there's
Yeah.
always good shit.
A lot of
to
good
choose from.
oils.
I'm a fan.
But I'm pausing this here, and I'm going back to the question because I need Hecka and Hemi to answer what is a take that they would get hell for if they posted on Twitter.
We are going to cancel y'all. Y'all tried canceling us last week. We're canceling y'all this week, damn it.
I would just say, like, you know, how everyone on Twitter posts like what projects they think are gonna go to $1 million and projects that they hate and bag on, and that the holders suck. So that would be my answer. Is just like all the time I have takes of like, man, this project's probably going to zero, or this project that everyone loves on Twitter is just total garbage, and I hate
Is
you
it
for
FUD
holding
buddies?
it. But I just keep it to myself. No, FUD buddies. If I felt that way, I would just tweet about it because that's that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I love FUD buddies, but I don't meme about it too much. But I just when I get on Twitter, I get on and I see people holding other projects I don't like, and it's hard to not tweet about it. I'm like the worst.
Oh no, yeah, I feel
Because
I
just
feel like
talked
the
about.
yeah, I feel like the inkling to like I just gotta
But-
say something.
But if anything, that's why I understand it, because it's like when you invest in something you really believe in it, and someone's just doing something a completely different way, and it's like they could be doing something in real life, utility, or they could be building something on chain, or they could be just art. Everyone has such different ways of doing things that like there's no way to when everyone's like, oh, this is the next big thing, and this is you got to buy this now, get in
Yeah.
now, or yeah, I just will be petty on Twitter all the time. That's what would get me canceled, is just being too petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to just not tweet.
Yeah, because this is me breaking into that like social media influencer where you are like, this is the projects that are minting. Then you post your top 2 or 3 favorite projects minting this week, and then there may be other things minting, but you don't post them because you're like, oh, I don't care about this shit because this is my influencer platform. So it's like nobody else knows that because nobody else reads that.
Yeah.
They see, yo, this person is posting that they are excited about this mint, so I'm gonna mint this mint, that mint.
Yeah.
Then that mint doesn't go well, and it comes out it's a paid advertisement. So it's like
Facts.
there's so much that doesn't go on in the Cardano community, while there's also so much going on where it's very, very hard to keep up to date with all of that bullshit. So I kind of agree with that. That'd probably be my like very, very, very harsh opinion also, because it doesn't make sense why these people would pretend to know this much when they know nothing, because they've done nothing. Maybe they got lucky, or they grinded it out back in October, or whenever it was last year when everything was going parabolic. But
Yeah, and the NFTs themselves are only like what 2 years? Not even 2 years. Are they even 2 years old? Yeah, I don't think they are.
Bored Apes minted in 2021 in like April.
Like imagine a completely new concept, like the concept of a song or something. I don't know. It's like that new of a thing. Like it's just.
Heck, are you saying we're going to the moon?
But people are just like. I think NFTs are huge, but.
Me too.
I'm surprised I'm surprised by how confident people are when they jump in this space and they're like, look guys, if NFTs are going to be successful on this chain, we got to do this, and if this is how you're going to build long term, you got to do this. And we're talking about like these projects are going to be long term and be here forever. These projects are going to fail, but it's like there is no long term. There's been no long term yet.
And then meanwhile we have like cats on chain, dogs on chain, monkeys on chain, dinosaur on chain, hamster on chain. Like we have 8 projects in 1 week on chain, and everyone's minting.
And every new utility you can think of has been made 10 times already.
Yeah.
My thing.
With some exceptions, but you know, it's all
subjective.
Let's find some new, unique ideas that they've not been born over on Ethereum. They've not been born over on Solana. They've not been born on any other blockchain. So it's a brand new, original thing.
Yeah.
Like. There's so many issues on Cardano being we will be the Bored Ape Yacht Club of Cardano. No, be the blue chip of Cardano. Don't aim to be something else, because then you become that. So I feel like influencers suck with that. Hemi, do you have any bold opinions?
On getting canceled?
Yes.
I don't think it's very hard to get canceled. If you want to get canceled out of Cardano, I think I could just start saying that I believe in Sol and how awesome it is, and then see how quick I get canceled.
Clip that.
I will help them cancel you, Hemi. I'll jump in.
A lot of people would cancel me.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
send it to Lucid.
Yeah, that'd be my move. I make it quick and simple. That'd be my elevator pitch. I'd go full Sol and say how 6 hours, good things are made in 6 hours when you have a 6-hour downtime. So, I'm just saying.
Does Lucid watch this show?
No,
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
So Halloween is coming up. So maybe if I meet him in CNFT Con, then I'll buy him a couple of dances, and buy him a couple of drinks, and then maybe
buy him a couple of dances.
Break out.
Mitch means he's the dancer.
Woo!
You're gonna break out your Sol shoes.
Don't.
You gotta break out the Sol shoes, bro.
I've gotta.
We got
break
Crocs.
out, like something.
Dude, I guarantee you somebody at CNFTCon is gonna have Cardano shoes. Somebody whips them up overnight.
What are Cardano shoes?
It's like the meme, like this, because they had like Solana shoes.
No.
You got to be on Twitter more, come on.
Dude, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch. Where am I not? Twitter.
This won't air till after CNFTCon though, will it?
No, right before it'll come out. It'll come out on Thursday.
Going up
2
on
days.
Thursday.
Oh, nice, cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna grind it out.
I need everyone to get me to 1,000 followers before CNFTCon, or I'm deleting Twitter. Thank you.
If you're watching this and it's aired and Mitch is still not, or sorry, Big T's still not at
Jesus Christ, I'm not
1,000
gonna make
followers,
I'm just saying.
you
You
need
are
to follow
not
him right
gonna
now.
make it.
I'm gonna just
You,
do
uh,
it. I'll just do a
will-
giveaway.
You
It's
will.
alright.
You will always live in my shadow, and I'm okay with that, Big T.
It's alright.
Not all of us can have like 1,400 followers that they got because they did a giveaway at 1,000.
That's right.
Sorry, buddy.
That's right.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I'm
But-
gonna think of something new to engagement farm, and I'm gonna get 1,000 followers tomorrow. Don't you worry. So I'll tag you. Don't worry. I
Sounds
got
good.
you.
Sounds good. And if you do get there, then maybe I might dox myself. Never
I
know.
might do it.
There it is.
Maybe
There it
we
is.
might all do it. But that kind of leads us to the end of the episode. Do you guys have anything that you'd like to plug?
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah, if you're at CNFTCon, then we'll be at the Ugly Bros booth. You'll see us. I'll have a banner up and just come by and stop and say hi. But yeah, just plug wild cards every Friday, 8 p.m. EST. Shout out to Wallet Wednesday. Shout out to D-Clay. Shout out to Roy and Whiskey Wednesday on a Monday or whatever the. Come up with a better title, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's fucking confusing, isn't it?
So confusing.
You gotta pull out a calendar every time I want to look at your space.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Perfect. So anything from you, Emmy?
Just wild cards, man. That's what we represent. A bunch of
Hell
unfiltered
yeah.
motherfuckers just trying to state how it is. And there's always Tag Team Crypto on Tuesdays as well.
Got it.
And that-
Which you need to go to very, very soon, man.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate you all coming by and tuning into this latest episode, the 10th episode, where we may have drank a bit too much, but that's kind of encouraged because this is the Degen report. So we appreciate you guys dropping in, going through the entire 10th episode with us. Hopefully you keep on being a part of this journey with us, and if you do, go drop a like, maybe a sub, and we will see you next time on the Degen report.
Bye-bye.